Good evening. Hello, everybody who's joined. Kirsty, Beaky, thank you very much for coming to join me. Uh, as per usual, yeah, I'm not completely 100% ready. Well, I'm more ready than I think I am, I hope. But I forgot to sort my white palette out first before I started because I'm an idiot and I forgot I'm not using speed paints this time. I'm using blue and red and gold and silver, and then I'll be using the black as well, and eventually ivory and normal paints, essentially, not speed paints this time. So I need my white palette back up. And I looked at the sheet and it was horrible, so I threw it away. So fresh sheet, but I forgot to re-moisten the sponge, which is a bad thing because it dried up and crisp and turned into a complete and utter mess. But now I can fill it back up again. These are absolutely awesome. Good evening, Airy. Wow, this is a very rare treat. I don't often get you to come to join me. Thank you very much. Give me a minute while I'm trying to sort out the excess water in this wet palette. And then, I'll talk everyone through what I'm doing tonight. And I will also post a link. I thought I would post a link. Good evening, Jessica. It's not Chipmunk. It's sorted. I'm actually so confident that it's sorted out that I don't even check anymore. I don't even bother checking. It's just, that microphone has just resolved the issue. It's great. Right, so that's wet, moist. Well, actually, it's dripping. Ooh, you can't swear on after you got so long until you can swear, but you can get other words in there. It's great. I don't have to spare one of them, and I need one of these, which seems to last me for fucking ever. Oh, God's sakes, get in there. Yep. You wouldn't think the main problem is getting the bloody thing to go down flat. Helps if you use two hands. Stop being an idiot. This is why it's lazy mini painting. Good evening, Hadrich. How are you? Oh, it's only 10:15. I'll let you off. I was going to say it's getting late for you. But it's only 10:15. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, so there's no more bugs anymore. I've done all my bugs. I think I've put the pictures up on Instagram. Pretty sure I've put the pictures up on Instagram. Right, that's sorted, so I can work on that in a minute. While I'm pinning the link, which I need to do here now, I might as well give the paints another shake. It's always a good idea. And where did I put my ivory? Because I am going to need it. Copy. I got something right in here just as I did that. I don't know what it was. Right, whatever that was, he's going to have to hold on for a minute. It was Jessica from Sinscape Studios. Good evening. How are you doing, Jessica?
Hello. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm not 100% ready, so don't worry if you've still got stuff to do.
Of course you're not. You're only a week late.
A week late?
Well, yeah, you didn't come on last week.
I did come. Oh, no, I didn't. Did I come on last week? I can't remember.
No, I don't think you did. So, yeah, you're a week late.
All right. I've got echo. Could somebody please... Actually, no, I can do it from here.
Typical for you.
Right. There we go. I've not got YouTube echoing in my head anymore because I've got YouTube open and StreamYard open at the same time, and that is just confusing as hell because I'm just hearing my own conversation back to me. That's sorted. So I'll pin the link now. I don't need to worry about that. So that's easy enough. Right, what was I saying? Because I just had three voices, one of them my own, and you twice in my head going through, and it's just completely shut my concentration.
No worries, it's fine.
Right, where was it up to? Oh yes, I've done that. I was shaking paints and I can't remember where I put my ivory. Which is a bit of a crap thing. And wow, one of your thingy members or somebody who bought your tickets made off like a bandit tonight, didn't they?
Say again?
Somebody who buys your tickets for the, when you do your commission painting, obviously, with your much higher standard than what I'm doing. But you also do your raffles. Somebody made out like a bandit tonight, didn't they? Who was it who won the main prize and someone else?
Yeah. One of the Sams won Cities of Sigma Army set, the new one that's like worth £120, and then like £60 worth of 3D printed minis. And he's won almost every week since he started playing as well. He gets extremely lucky.
That was one way to put it. If he's winning pretty much every week, I thought he's spending a crap load on tickets.
Both.
Well, there you go. The more tickets you buy, obviously, the more chance you have of winning.
That is true, but I have had some people win on just one ticket.
Yeah, well, I've seen your draws, and the amount of times you have to redraw because no one's bought that exact number is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, it is ridiculous. But that'll fix itself over time when I get more and more entries. There was actually less people playing this week than last week. Last week it was like 59 people. This week it was only 41 or something. But it was still a good week. But then a lot of the people who played only entered the Tyranid draw, and that finishes next week. So
they're hedging the bets towards getting that one, essentially.
Yeah, basically, there's a lot of new people entered that one in.
Things going on in my pocket. Right, so I'm nearly ready to start actually, and I'm actually thinking, where do I start? Because I'm going to have to leave the ivory.
Well, I'm continuing a couple of commissions today. I've got a Blood Ravens kill team,
nice.
And if you remember that cool model from last time with the shipwreck on it, I've got the 4 models that go with it. Also, right here, which are pretty cool. Like, you probably can't tell, but on the base of this one is a dead horse, and it's tiny. So you can see how big. You can see how big the thing is.
Titanic model. Nice, very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the blue shoulder pads, I think, just to make it the most easiest thing I can do to tie it in with the rest of the armor. Stage 1, paint blue shoulder pads, because that's pretty much what it is, apart from black armor, which contrast paint takes care of now for me, which is great. It's wonderful.
Contrast paint is very good.
Well, I use a 50-50 painting and contrast method on this army. Certain things get painted, and the armor's done contrast because I don't like doing the armor.
Yeah, I use contrast a lot, but not for the purpose it was intended for. I use it more of a shade on top of a previous color.
I was thinking about doing that. I think you mentioned it when I was doing the bugs, and because I was having trouble with I can never remember the name of it. The big one that you get in it, and I think you still get in the starter box as well. I think it's the only big bug you get in the starter.
The one with like the smoke chimneys, I call them, on the back.
Yeah, that's the one. Him.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Is incredibly shallow between the recesses, whereas everything else has got a much deeper dividing line between the actual next piece of armor, and so you can keep the contrast in much easier. Whereas on that one, it doesn't seem to get it. So I'm going to have to go back over it with something. I'm thinking I might have to redo the contrast over it, but just lightly, maybe thin it down, turn it more into a wash than a thinned paint.
What are you thinning it down with?
Water. Good evening, Brian. How are you doing, man?
Try contrast medium.
That means I've got to go out and buy contrast medium. I've got a tap in there.
No, contrast medium has a completely different effect to water.
Yeah, I know. It'll give it more of the contrast paint effect.
Yeah, it thins it down without it thins it down without diluting it.
You don't have. When I say water, I don't mean I'm adding a lot of water. I'll be like putting it on the wet palette, for instance, just to add a little bit more moisture to it, as opposed to
right.
big. Yeah, I won't be squirting. I won't be getting the squeezy bottle and going like that. No, I'm not that daft. I'm lazy, not stupid. I'll be putting I might make the wet palette a little bit damper and then put some on the wet palette and use it that way.
Yeah,
just to make it a little bit runnier, so I can just edge along those bits, and it's hopefully darkens the recesses, because I'm definitely going to have to go back to that one. Out of all of them, that's the one I'm least happy with. So you will be seeing the post again eventually on this channel, for those of you who are regular viewers. I know you're sick of seeing blue and black armor. I know you are. if you are, think about how
you should start a new army.
No, don't tell me to do things like that. No. There's only on one condition would I start a new army, and that is if I could sell off all my firstborn and bits and everything that's clogging me up at the moment for a reasonable price, so that I could start said new army. But I don't want to start a new army. I've got what is essentially 3 now. I have 2 Xeno armies and I have my Space Marines.
What's your other Xeno? Oh, Orcs.
Orcs is my other Xeno army. The problem is they're in an orky condition, shall we say?
Yes, I get it.
So, and there's a lot of old models in there that need to be sorted out. I mean, I think I can feel the full 10-man unit of metal knobs but still, I can feel the full 10-man squad of metal knobs, because some of the models are that old. They weren't even the plastic sculpts I got.
Mm-hmm.
I do have plastic ones. At one point, I could actually field, I think it was 20 knobs, as well as fully kitted out 5 20-man boy squads.
Cool.
Just in infantry, couple of war bosses. I did have I've still got the metal shock attack gun somewhere, but I've fallen out of favour with that thing. Ever since it lost its doubles table chart, I don't like it. So I don't use a shock attack gun unless I really, really, really have to bulk up the points. But I've got a small speed-based force in it as well. When the Speed Freaks game came out, I got the Shot Jump Dragster and Custom Booster Blaster, I think it is, as well as 6 bikers. And I've got some of the old copters from the Blackreach box as well. So I've got a relative force. Obviously, I've got my Stomper as well, which bulks out a huge load of points when I want to build an army with them.
Yeah, well, that's like 800 points or something stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And rightly so, because if I was playing an 800-point force and I took a Stomper, I would expect my opponent to be extremely peeved off at me. Just looking at the timer there before I started swearing, I can't remember whether it's 5.
I don't know. Like, I'd find that an interesting game. If I knew you were going to take it.
That's what I mean. It's an 800 point tournament, so you're planning for just 800 points. So everybody's taking like a little bit of anti-tank and a little bit of anti-infantry and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then somebody just turns up with a Stomper.
It depends, because if it was my Black Templars, all of my vehicles have multi-melters. If it was my Salamanders, I've got loads of melter guns in there as well.
But for 800 points?
Yeah, 800 points, I can get a decent amount of multi-melters in there.
If you come up against a different army that has gone all hard.
No, I mean, like if I knew I was playing an 800-point game, and you were bringing I knew you were bringing a Stomper.
Yeah,
I could bring it. I think I could have fun with it. I don't know whether I'd win or not, but
oh no, you'd rip it apart. I've done the game. You'd absolutely destroy it. I essentially threw it against 2 3-man Eradicator squads, Centurion Devastators, and Hellblasters. and it got ripped to pieces in 9th anyway. I don't know about 10th because it's going to have a much bigger toughness now.
Yeah, it does. It's quite nasty now.
So those strength 8 weapons aren't going to be as effective against it. So it may survive a round of shooting, but
it will. It'll survive a round or two in 10th, 100%.
Oh, awesome! In which case, I might take that. I might look at the arcs more while I'm painting the Space Marines. I might look at rebuilding the arcs back up.
The only thing I'd be worried about if I were you is if the enemy's got like lots of anti-vehicle anti-tank tanks.
Yeah, I don't want to see rail guns across the other side of the table. Like
the Repulsive Executioner. The main gun on that is nasty. Or Tau with a broadside army.
Never mind broadside, just the
hammerheads.
Yeah, the hammerheads is bad enough. No, thank you. Eldar, nope. They've got the prism cannons and the fire.
Oh well, no one likes playing Eldar right now. Eldar are stupid. There was a tournament list that was put on my Discord channel. Someone showed it, and like the top 8 in. I can't remember how it was organized, but basically on the page there was 20 different armies and 17 of them were Eldar, and these were the top 8 in several different tournaments or something like that.
Yeah, I know they've been winning quite a lot. Of the index wasn't so much balanced with them. I don't think. No,
it's basically the index was written by someone who, well, this is my theory. The index was written by an Eldar collector, a fan of them, who just got excited about it and didn't really understand how all the other codexes were balanced.
Well, if that's the case, that's what should happen to everybody. Because if you did that for everybody, then it'd be a case of who's overpowered everybody. It's like, oh crap. Right, okay, hide first turn because that's all we can do. Why?
Yeah.
Because the first person to pop the head up is dead in any scenario. Because a fanboy has written the codex for it and gone, no, these win every fight. And somebody else has done the exact same. So last time
I do like the
14.
I do like the idea of a fan writing the codexes, but every codex needs to be written by a fan, and it still needs to be play tested quite a bit before it goes in. But the idea of having all of the codexes written by a fan is a really cool idea for me, because they understand the army they're writing.
They should be written by fans of the game, especially those who play tournaments, and go, right, balance them all, every single one. And then
I would love to write the Black Templars Codex.
See, essentially, if you're going to write codexes, you're writing an edition. And I know the Black Templars Codex isn't out yet, so you could write it for this edition, knowing the rules, etc.
Yeah.
You could,
or at least write the data sheets for it, because now we know that the Space Marine Codex, when that comes out, and the Tyranids, they're getting 5 data sheets, 5 detachments. Sorry,
is it 5?
Yeah. I don't know if you've read. I don't know if you've read up on it, but the rules for the Tyranids, they have 5 new data. They have 5 detachments coming out, including the one that was already being in use.
They've got the Crusher one, and the Psychic one, and the Swarm one,
Stealthy one, yeah,
and the Stealthy one, and the one that's already in use, the Invasion Fleet one.
Yeah, and the Space Marines they haven't confirmed how many they have, but they have basically each detachment is kind of like a theme to a chapter, but it's not actually called the chapter. Like there's one that's clearly written for
White Scars.
Yeah, there's one that's clearly written for White Scars, but nowhere does it say it's a White Scars detachment. It's just about fast attacking bikes.
Yeah. You'll probably get a similar for Gravis.
Yeah, 100%. I'm curious to see what they do with salamanders, whether we get a fresh codex or not, or just
No, I
a
think
detachment. It's probably just a detachment.
it'll probably the detachment will the Gravis one will probably be the salamandery type one, I would imagine, because that'll be the one that'll give you.
No, salamanders aren't really Gravis. Salamanders are
No, but think about
obviously
the
Melter and
unit.
Flamer, but they
Yeah,
mostly use Terminators.
yeah, but think about. They can rewrite law whenever they wish. Think about the units. Almost every unit in Gravis, apart from. Oh no, but there are essentially your main units in Gravis, which are your Eradicators and your Aggressors.
Yeah, but I
Your
think the
Flamers
Gravis.
and Melters.
I think the Gravis detachment will be for Imperial Fists, because if you remember earlier in the year they had the Imperial Fist Strike Force, which was all Gravis models.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
So Imperial Fist will be all Gravis. Salamanders will be we'll have Terminators and Melters and Flamers rules, obviously. And something to do with bolters, because they like bolters. And then they'll probably get like an objective control bonus as well, because they're supposed to be quite tough to move, like very steadfast, not running away.
Do you think they'll get that as opposed to the evening EB?
EB, hello.
Wait a minute. Right. All right. Yeah, that's why he was just sorting himself out there for a second with his comments and his wrong account.
I thought he was on about one of us.
No, look at the comment above it, and look at the two logos. He's in the wrong one.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then I had to change quickly. I know what's going on.
Oh, right. I see. From reaction to recipe. Yeah, of course.
So yes, he's sorted that out now.
EB, nice. You're going to jump in? Say hello?
That would be awesome. To, dude, if you wish to.
That would actually be the first time I speak to you face to face, I think.
Oh yeah, because it is Jessica that I do have up. So if you do want to jump up, Aerie was in earlier. I don't know if she still is. I don't think she is because the view account's been thing, but I never pay attention to that. Aerie, Mrs. EB.
Oh right, yeah, Aerie, yeah. I noticed her earlier. I was going to say hello, but I forgot. Sorry, Aerie. Hello, Aerie.
No, it is the rare pleasure that we get Aerie in, because around about this time, I think she's technically still in work.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you should be doing work right now, but it's winding down time and everyone's clocking up. That type of time. So for those in without stuff to do regarding cleaning and putting things away, generally don't have much to do at that point.
Seaman demons.
That's one way to put it, I suppose.
I like that. It's a good name.
I don't like doing this bit. And I can't find my marker, so I'm going to have to paint it. I really don't like painting. The edges of the shoulder pads are just ridiculous. Why on earth would they have a 1 millimeter bloody raised section around the edge?
What's that? On what?
Shoulder pads.
They're fine. You know the trick is to paint the rims first and then paint the inside. Because then you can just push the brush into the recess instead of having to fine line around it. Trust me, try it.
I've tried a few different methods. I usually chop and change it, whichever one I actually think about doing at the time. I don't always do it in the same order because I'm me. And
of course.
So sometimes I do the outer edges first. Sometimes I do the shield plating because it's whichever colour I pick up first and decide to do. And that's the whole point of this thing. There is no exact method to doing it. There are techniques that you can learn, and there are some people's preferred methods, and other people find it a different way. And I think I'm the British Bob Ross of Warhammer. It's all happy. Just do it.
I would love to have seen like Bob Ross do a painting Warhammer tutorial.
I don't think he would have liked it. I don't think he would have.
No, but of course he wouldn't have. But it would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
To have that as an episode would be pretty good, and you could probably do it if you found someone who was good enough.
No, I'm on about it has to be Bob Ross.
And yes, that's why I'm saying someone who's good enough. Because there are people out there who can get his style of movement, of action, of intent and feel.
Yeah.
And
I'm just imagining him like painting like a little grot or something and talking about how he's a misunderstood little fella.
Well, the miniature hobbyist has that slightly about him. He has it in a more cottony manner. But
he does, yeah,
work.
he does.
He does have that kind of Bob Rossy way of it. He's not
in
got
a way, he does, yeah. I get that totally.
He's not got the ASMR thing that people get from Bob Ross because he's so quietly spoken, but he's got the cheeky look at the cheeky logo. He's got that thing about it which does kind of translate in a similar manner.
Yeah.
See, I understand what a personality is. I just can't be bothered working on one. So I just decided to be a twat instead. It's easier.
I'm disabled today, by the way.
What do you mean today?
I'm okay. I'm even more disabled today than normal.
You have more ailments today. Okay.
Yeah, I've got like carpal tunnel syndrome in my left arm from painting way too much. So I'm wearing a brace and I'm drugged up on naproxen and everything. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's going to help you commission painting. Let's give you.
Yeah, well, I've not really got a choice, to be honest.
Take breaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to start taking breaks more often. But it's like this is my living. I can't stop painting. So.
Well, look at me. I don't have these problems. I take nice breaks. Sometimes for a week. Well, actually, not necessarily because I did.
Or longer, like you did recently.
Yeah,
taking 2 weeks off.
Well, see, as this is managed around a living house and a family and
a living house. What do you call him?
One that's actually being used.
It's called one that's being used. That's a very unique name for a house.
No, because some are being used for other purposes. Some only really have one person in, so they're not really lived in. Whereas this house, every room of that house is gone in every day, multiple times. It's used. It's a living house as opposed to just a building. Do you not get what I mean?
I do. I'm just winding you up.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I have to work this around that, which is, as EB said, he can't go live because why not? His kids are running around in the background. So yeah, not a chance can you go live. That's why I have to wait till like 9:15. All kids are upstairs. Everything else, my missus agrees to be quiet or go do something in another room if she's being loud.
Yeah, I did wonder. 9:15 is very specific time.
It's so we can make sure everything's done with regarding kids and there's no just 1 minute I have to do this or this accident, or it's just to give me that extra 15 minutes just to make sure that everything's
totally get it.
settled down now. Rather than saying 9 o'clock, because 9 o'clock can be a bit specific, and kids can very often just at 9:05. They've been in bed for an hour, then come out. I don't feel well. Well, I've got an extra 15 minutes now to clean up that mess, or to say, sorry, I've got to put it back for. It's kind of a bit of a safety net, which is why 9:15, and it gives anyone a chance to go, well, I missed the start of that. Oh, I'll go see what that is, because it's only just started. Puts me slightly offset to everybody else. Everyone's works to such neat 0:00 and 1/2 time scales. Sod that. I'm going in the middle.
Yeah, and me it's 7 o'clock every Monday as well.
Yep, see, 7 o'clock. No. Why not 5:00?
Because 5:00 is weird.
Yeah, but it gives people a chance to make a brew. And if they forget us and they're going, and when they
They
clock
can
at
make
7
a brew.
o'clock.
They can make a brew at 5 to 7 if they wanted one.
Yeah, but they've forgotten it's got to 7 o'clock, and they're like, oh no,
Well, then I'm in one of those situations where I'm going to have to put it back 5 minutes infinitely, because
No,
there'll
you're
always
not,
be
because-
someone who's forgotten to get a brew. Because if I start doing it at 7:05, there'll be someone who's forgotten about it till 7:05, won't there?
Well, at that point, it's their own fault, because they should have remembered at 7 o'clock. They should have clocked the clock at 7 o'clock and gone, oh yeah, that's going to be on in 5 minutes. I don't better back, bro.
Right. Well, then what you're talking about then? Because I just do it at 7 o'clock and have the same attitude. You're talking bullshit.
Yeah, completely nutsly. Completely nutsly. Maybe you should change this to paintings and bullshits.
Yeah, that sounds good. Talking about, just put your subtitle as talking bullshit out every Monday. Well, every Monday or when I feel like it, because it's not always every Monday.
It's basically talking bullshit when it can be asked. Yeah, it's not when it can be asked. I aim for Monday every week. It just doesn't happen.
No, it hasn't happened for a few weeks. I'm actually quite surprised that it was this week.
I know, I was surprised myself, don't worry.
I think this is the first Monday you've done it since I started my comp site.
Is it?
Yeah.
And yes, twat is still a personality. At least apparently so. People say it to me a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you're the perfect example of that.
Apparently you should put in the dictionary under arrogant as well, but I disagree with that one. I'm not arrogant.
Argumentative. There you go. That's one for you.
No, I'm not argumentative. Pain in the ass, definitely.
But you're arguing about it now.
No, I'm not.
You are, see?
No, I'm not.
Argumentative. There you go.
I'm not argumentative. The difference between being argumentative and right.
No, you can still be argumentative and right.
No, I'm just right. You're the argumentative one because you're wrong. Just agree that I'm right and just there we go. Problem solved.
No.
Oh, look at that! Finally, one gun you're going to be happy with. He's got no. He's had a gun barrel emptied.
What?
Gun barrel never drilled out. Never do. Never will. Don't see the bloody.
Yeah, I don't care either. I don't do that. I don't do that either. Unless the customer wants me to, but I don't see much of a point.
It is a toy soldier. You're painting toy soldiers, and you can paint them very nice and very pretty, and they look really good and almost like really realistic. But I don't care.
If someone wanted me to do like a really, really high quality standard job on a model, then yes, I would drill the barrel out.
I wouldn't anticipate a black hole at the end.
Nah, I would. If someone wanted like my masterclass level, then I think if I didn't drill the hole out, it's not quite the service I should be giving.
True. They are expecting
especially if it's like if it's plasma or something like that, and I'm doing masterclass, then absolutely I would drill the hole. because with a hole drilled in on a plasma, I can actually paint the plasma coming out of it.
Ah. So yeah, you can put the glow at the end as well as at the
but like an OSL on the end of it. Lighting, object source lighting, for those people who don't know what OSL means.
Yes, fancy terminologies. How dare you?
Basically, to make a light look like it's actually on, like it's an actual light source.
So in this
case, I did not have a model ready for that.
It's the light hitting my hand rather than the shade that's underneath, and the light would be painted, and the lighter part would be painted to represent where the light would be coming from on the model.
Yeah, it's actually quite a difficult technique to get right.
In fact, I've just put one down. There we go. Combi plasma. So you'd paint a little bit of bright stuff in there where it would be a light, and around the edges of that little very black bit on the camera, you would also paint a little bit like a lighter version of that colour because it's being tinted by the light that's coming from within thingy. And as Synscape has pointed out, if you drill that hole out at the bottom there, you could do the same effect, so it looks like the plasma is actually coming through and out of the end for when it's being fired. I didn't know I had a combi plasma dude, and a combi melter dude, and a heavy bolter dude.
I don't think I have a plasma gun that I can show object source lighting. No, I don't really have it. I've got some models with flames on them. They look cool, but
you haven't done the lighting on the armor or anything to.
I've not done the. No, I've not made the fire reflecting on the armor. No, I don't feel confident enough in my object source lighting skills to do that without ruining the model. The model in question is Vulcan here, who is actually finished now.
That's how. Oh, I like. See, that's one of the models. I want that model. I don't mean I want the one in your hand. I mean I just want the model anyway. I love that model from Forge World. I'm just not paying that bloody price for it.
It's a beautiful model, isn't it?
It is, and obviously playing a Salamander successor, he would be painted in my colours.
Yeah, it's a stunning model, and the fire was fun to paint. I do love painting fire.
In which case, if
fire coming out of his gauntlet there.
If I ever had the money, I would get you to commission paint that model in my army colour scheme.
If you wanted to know price, it would be 300, including the cost of the model.
I wouldn't be getting it unless I could just throw away money and wipe my ass with it. So
no. I know. But I am going to be doing pro painted Primark competitions on the site.
Yeah, I won't be buying any of those either. Jesus Christ, have you seen the price? They're ridiculous. Are you going to be accepting 3D prints? Have you ever put that into the point where you could accept a 3D printed proxy as long as the proxy is so obvious that anybody can tell?
I can do proxies, but not if it's obvious that it's a recast. I can't officially do that. If you wanted me to do a commission for something,
no, I mean,
and you wanted it to be a proxy,
your painting competitions.
No, painting competitions. It has to be either legit or something completely new, like a 3D printed model that's not copied. And basically, the loose rule is that I'm following, that I've been advised to follow by one of someone
who knows.
Someone who is in the know, who was actually a reseller of Games Workshop.
Yeah, Alfarius is absolutely notorious.
If you look at it, if you look at a 3D printed model, and you immediately think, "Oh, that is a Space Shark Space Marine," then don't do it. Then it could be breaking the rule. If you look at it and you think, "Oh, that's a cool model. I could use that as a proxy for something Games Workshop related," that's fine. But if you look at it and it clearly looks like a Contemptor Dreadnought with a World Eater symbol on it, then no, you can't do it.
Say, for instance, I found a small angel with a spear that's in like knightly armor, but with helmet off, flowing hair, and scaled it up a bit to be the size of a Sanguinius style size. Printed it off, painted it, and gone, yeah, there you go, 5.
As long as it doesn't look like that, because I've got a Sanguinius model actually. As long as it doesn't look like.
It won't be coming down like that. It might be stood with a pose, more like a statuesque pose.
Oh God!
Oh dear!
That could have been a disaster. It landed in my wet palette, but thankfully, it didn't land in any paint. And he's not got a head on at the moment. That's being painted.
Oh, we could
separately.
have Fiverr.
But yeah, if you get a 3D print that doesn't look like this,
yeah, no,
then yes, I could. Then yes, I could do it.
Flying, and obviously, you can no longer buy the speared model anymore. You can only get the sword.
I do actually have the spear separate. I do have that spare now because this guy who commissioned me to do that wanted the sword. So I do actually have the spear separate still.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's tempting. That is tempting.
Yeah, EB. I was on Fiverr for a while, EB, but I never got any orders whatsoever. And then since starting my comp website, I've took myself off of Fiverr, Etsy, and eBay because I've just got so many orders, commissions, and prizes to do. So I'm not on any of them at the moment, but I will go back to them at some point when I've got rid of most of my orders.
You cleared the backlog, go back on for more orders.
And yeah, I know how much they're charging there. Some of them are ridiculously cheap and some are ridiculously expensive. I've kind of gone down the cheaper line for what I'm going to do. But yeah, I've seen people charge like nearly $1,000 for a single model. And yes, I could probably charge that much and get an order for it, but I don't want to.
They take a lot more work.
Yeah, and my ethos for this whole thing is making it affordable for people. That's why I did the comp site in the first place, so that people can, instead of paying £500 for a single model, you can pay £5 for a chance to get that model painted. You know.
Yeah, that's not bad actually. Because this is a very expensive hobby, I've got to say.
Oh God, yeah. And it's only getting more expensive. They upped the price again recently.
Speaking of which, you're going to have keep an ear out for Alfarius again, just for when Christmas comes around for me, please.
Alfarius?
Yeah.
What, a new model on?
No. I'm going to refer to anybody who knows anything else that they shouldn't, that you know, as so basically any of your sources for anything is Alfarius. Alfarius is everywhere. Alfarius is infiltrated everything.
Right, okay.
So let me know when Alfarius gets a good answer.
Fair enough.
Because by the sounds of the new box sets, it's like, I would like 2 of them by the sound of it.
2 box sets for what again?
The Christmas ones, because apparently Tyranids is supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. But the new Battle Force is coming out. Yeah. I do know they are coming, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah. Well, no, but one's supposed to be Tyranids, one's going to be Space Marines. We know that. And
100%. There'll probably be multiple Space Marine ones, though.
Actually, good afternoon, JV. How are you doing, man?
Hello, JV.
If you're not at work, click the link, man. Feel free. I can't remember where I'm up to with metal at the minute. I wish I had my marker. It goes so much quicker when I've got my marker. Well, it does. If you just draw on the silver bits with a silver marker, then it's like, woohoo! Done.
Yeah, I don't use a marker, though. I've got...
Use the Gundam pens, I know, but...
No, I don't... Well, I don't know what you're on about. I've never heard of Gundam pens. But I just thought, like, it only cost me, like, £15 or something to get these. 15. It's just a set of... It's just a set of acrylic pens. And there's, like... They have all different colours. I'll show you them. I've got 2 different nibs. There's one which is like a brush that is actually a soft nib brush, and then one which is kind of used, which is more of a hard nib.
Ooh, more of a fine line. Oh, that's nice. Have you not seen
It's fine if you're very quiet, if you're very careful with it. But they are good. Acrylic painter. I just got it off Amazon for like £15.
well, have you not seen the Gundam kits?
I know what Gundam is, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, you can buy Gundam kits that are. I'm changing back over to me because I'm egocentric like that. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can buy kits, like the build a tank kit. You know those things. You can buy them for Gundams, and there are different stages, and some of them come blank rather than coloured plastic.
Yeah,
and you have to paint. You have to colour them in yourself, and they do use pens as opposed to paint.
Okay, interesting.
To colour the Gundams in as their base colours, but because it's Gundams, they're all clean and crisp and nice and neat. So it works quite well on these if you want nice, small, neat edges because they're using pens as opposed to brushes.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I might be getting an Eldar order soon, and I'll probably use some of those pens to do the nice fancy art detail on them. So
actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, those would be excellent for freehand.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
If you can get the right colours, those would be awesome for freehand.
Exactly, 100%. Even if it's just to do the base outline and the base colour, and then use a brush to do the highlights and shades on the freehand drawing, they are perfect for that. Yeah, 100%.
See, that's why I need one of them tablet things.
I've got a slight problem now.
You've always got a slight problem. What is this one?
Fuck you. I need to Google blood. I need to Google blood ravens to find out what colour their eagle on their chest would be. And you're black.
Yeah, have you never played Dawn of War? For fuck's sake. Go on, search it. Tell me I'm right.
I'm checking. Oh, yes, it is. It's black. Okay.
Beige background, black raven, red tear.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I like doing black chest plates.
Heretic, play Dawn of War. Get yourself a PC and do it. You don't need
I've got Dawn of War. I got a copy of White Dwarf ages ago that had all 12 Warhammer games all in one.
You've got the same one I did, so you've got Vermintide 2 as well.
Yeah, I will do. I've never played any of them though, but yeah, I've got them all.
Play Dawn of War. It is the best 40k game I've seen.
Which one?
Good evening, War Thunder Kid 1. Thank you for joining me, and Bleach your third time. Thank you very much. Dawn of War's probably the best 40k game.
Yeah, but which one? The first one or?
All the way up to, in my personal opinion, all the way up to Dark Crusade.
Okay.
Dawn of War and Winter Assault are essentially single-player campaigns with a story.
Yeah. I know what the idea behind them is. I've just never actually played them.
Dark Crusade gives you a bit more of a map to play on. So you go, right, I'm going to attack the one next to me, that one, and then I'm going to attack that one, and I'm going to attack that one, and if I get that, then I can get the what the fuck's it called? The one that lets you move to whichever square you want apart from the home bases. Because you get Fury, then get that, and you get 2 turns per go, and you kick every fucker's ass. Essentially one of them gives you the ability to move around the map, but you get to select on and take on the whole. Each army has their home base on that one, so it's a little more free on how you go about it. But excellent games. They added flying units in with Soulstorm, and I didn't like them. How they implemented the flying units. However, the mods for Soulstorm are brilliant because they had Titanic units in it and everything. Changes the game entirely.
Cool.
Dawn of War 2, however, is a little more RPG-esque. It's also multiplayer as well. You can co-op on it at the same time, but you don't get that with the magazine.
Yeah. I used to love that Command and Conquer style of game So Dawn
Well,
of War was
yeah.
pretty much up my street. I just never got around to it.
I still go back and play it at the moment. I've got Dark Crusade installed at the moment. It's one of my basic games. When I set up my PC, there's like 3 basic games that go on usually.
Yeah.
Half-Life hasn't made it this time because I've lost my key for it. But Dark Crusade is one that goes on. And then XCOM usually goes on as well.
I'm just playing Final Fantasy 16, getting back to it. I stopped for a while to do the business, and then a couple of days ago, like when I first started having problems with my arm, instead of painting, I just put that back on again, having fun with that. Fantastic
16.
game. 16, yeah, Final Fantasy 16.
Right, yeah, that's the one where you
That's
play
the newest
Clive.
one.
You
Yeah.
play Clive. Yeah, right, yeah. No, I'm not going to spoil anything for you.
No, please don't. It's absolutely fantastic game. I'm loving it.
It looked well. I don't get a chance to sit down. And, well, I could, I suppose, but I'm a smoker as well, so I don't smoke in the house, so that puts a bit of a stop to it. So, which is why the Switch is perfect for me. So I can take that outside with me. It's great. But I don't get a chance to sit down and play games as much as I really, really would like to. Last time I sat down and gamed was with EB, Captain, and BC, and that was to play Vermintide 2 multiplayer. I don't think BC joined. I think it was just me, EB, Captain, and somebody else, and
Cool.
that was the last time I got a chance to actually play a game. I really enjoyed it. We found a different method, a different way of playing it than what we originally did on the first one. Because the first time we just went and selected the mission and did the mission, and then we found out that if you go down these stairs, you end up in this other way, which gives you a different choices to make for your mission to get different stuff. It's like, oh, this one's actually a little more fun going this way. Let's do this for a bit. So me and EB churned out a bit of that for a bit and really enjoyed it. Right, I can't read that. What does that say? Show up there so I can read it. Warlord Titan, I use the Power Claw and some Fury Plasma Annihilate all the Power Claw and Volcano Cannon. Right, okay.
I have no idea what the stats for each of them are.
No, neither do I. So I would say whichever one was coolest, and then go.
Yeah, go which one.
Don't be a dick. You knew I had to glue this in place. I had to make one choice, and you know that it's swingy with fucking rules. Don't be an ass. It's got that one this time. You can tell it's the same fucking model. And if your opponent's a dick, you just point out, going, "You're a dick."
Yeah, and in that case, I would pick the plasma one because painting plasma is awesome, and you can make them look really cool.
Rule of cool wins every time, and if any 40k player disagrees with that, they are not a true 40k player because they know that rule of cool wins every time.
And I like plasma weapons, so I probably would actually equip it with a plasma. But
I like plasma.
For me, that's the most important thing. Go with what you think looks cool.
I would say the plasma is probably going to be something like a heavy 3d3 blast, probably quite strength 10 if it's on a Titan in this edition. It's probably going to be more of a large killer, whereas Volcano Cannon's probably going to be the see you there, tank. I don't anymore. Bye. It's going to be that type of weapon. It's the usual one. Do you go for one solid bang on all damage, or do you spread it over multiple shots? It's a really hard one to do. It's your play style that does it. So that's why I choose Rule of Cool. I've specifically got 3. What are the Gravis Flyer dudes called? Not the ones with the big long gun, the ones that have 2 fucking.
Inceptor?
Yeah. All mine have, because they came from Easy Builds, all mine have the bolt gun option. I never got the choice to put a plasma gun option on them. So it's like, well, that's a bit shit. So I've painted the shields on 3 of them blue. I go, right, those 3 with the blue one they're the plasma gun guys. It's quite easy to tell because the other 6 guys have red ones. Very easy proxy, got round, and I've never had any complaints of anyone I've played against. But then again, I don't do tournaments. If it was a tournament, then it would have to be WYSIWYG. And you'd have to spend a lot more money.
Looking at those stats, I would still go for this plasma. More fun. Plasma's more fun. And it could blow yourself up, and that's always fun when you blow a Titan up.
Supercharged heavy, 14. Heavy D3 against heavy D6. There's not much in that.
No, but I think it was the
strength 20, strength 12, and strength 14.
It's not just heavy D3 and heavy D6. It's heavy D3 plus or heavy D6 plus. I'm assuming that the standard plasma is heavy D6 plus 6. And the supercharge is heavy D6 plus 6. Strength 14. And then the volcano cannon is heavy D3 plus 3, I think. Strength 20. I assume it's just the way that YouTube has condensed the message.
Possibly. Heavy D3. It might be 3D3, which will give you 3 to 9 shots at strength 20. Well, they all have blast, don't they? Yeah, no worries. Well done. I mean, as I said, my personal opinion is rule of cool wins every time. But if it's yeah, I'm going to agree with Sinscape on this. I'd choose plasma just for the versatility. That looks like he's going to be able to at least deal damage to itself. And I don't mean in overcharging. I mean, if it comes up against itself on the battlefield, it can at least deal damage to itself. So it's comparable that way, but it can also take out squadded stuff easier.
Plasma is just always fun.
Yeah, and plasmas are always fun. Yeah, there is that. I do run a fair few plasmas in mine. Even before these new Sternguard came out, I ran 5 plasmas, 5 melters. Or combi plasmas, combi melters. So I ran.
That's pretty cool that you've got hold of a warlord as well.
Something almost everybody who collects this goes, I really want one of them, but where the hell do I put it? And that's my problem with pretty much everything. It's always too big and I've got nowhere to put it. Don't laugh, you dirty-minded little... I knew that was smoke was coming. Shut up.
I've got... I don't recognize War Thunder. I don't recognize War Thunder before. I don't know. Have they been on here before? Did you come from my Sinscape chat?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad they're here. Thank you for coming and just having the chat away, and questions are welcome. So awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
Someone new to the group.
Yes. It's going to be fun this weekend. 20. See, I've not played. I've never had the chance to play against Titans. So regarding Void Shields is something that I'm not familiar with. Within my small gaming community, I have the chance to play either Imperial Guard, which the heaviest thing I'm going to face is the Beyblade, and I know I can take a Beyblade. Tau, who I'm not too sure about at the moment, Necrons, Eldar, and Grey Knights. Unless someone decides to want to go, let's have a look at your Space Marines, in which case I dread to even think, because I've never had my own Space Marine army because they're all wussed out. I'm like, no. Like, go on, just play them so I can play my orcs. No.
Well, I had a game of 40k on Tabletop Simulator the other day, and I've figured it out. I know how it works now. So awesome. If you wanted a game, we can set it up. All you need to do is have Tabletop Simulator. I've got everything downloaded.
Yeah, but don't I need some way of building an army?
Yeah. You can either send me your list and I'll just
Awesome, I'll
make
do.
do the models
No, done. Right,
myself because I've got the files for it. So
no, done. Right, awesome. I'll send you the list. Channel
I'm,
name,
t- I'm
channel name. Remember, channel name. Lazy mini paint. I just send you the list rather than do. There you go. That's what I'm taking. I don't care if you know what I'm taking.
did I say your name?
Say it again.
Did I say your name? Are you saying that to me or?
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't care if you know what I'm taking on Tabletop Simulator. I'll just send you the list and you can know what I'm taking. But there you go. That's
Oh,
fine.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if you know. I mean, you're supposed to show before battle anyway, but knowing what your opponent's taking is like, right, okay. So I just need to say, ding, 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 ding. I trust you enough not to do that, and if you do that, I'll kick your ass because I'm awesome.
No. I mean, if it's 1,000 points, I'll be using my tournament list that I've been recently using for my Templars. So
So you've got to really pump out damage to deal void shields. 20 wounds each. And the bugger's got how many? You've told me, he's told us 20 void shields and each one's got 20 HP. Okay, so you've got to deal 80 wounds to it before you're actually damaging the damn thing.
and do those void shields regenerate? Because I know some of the rules for the Titans, the void shields regenerate every turn.
What, like rotating shields and or some rule like that allows them to.
You basically have. I don't know if it's the case now, but I remember something had like the void shields, and it regenerates all its hit points at the end of every turn. So you have to actually destroy the void shield in full before you can move on to the in one turn.
Yeah, if you don't destroy that void shield completely, the next turn is gone up. So if you only dealt 27 damage, basically the 7 damage is irrelevant because it's getting healed up by next.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But the 20 which broke the shield doesn't get regenerated.
That would be a bit too much if it got them regenerated.
Yeah, it would. 120 wounds in total. Jeez. Then I say take 2 of them Titans that you've got. The plus. Yeah.
Can I just say as well, War Thunder, if you want, you can join my Discord. I am a commission painter and I have a price comp website to win Warhammer miniatures. My Discord, other hobbyists, wargamers in there. You can chat to your heart's content in there if you like. I'm always active in there as well.
Nothing like a shameless plug, eh?
Why not? Why not? I'm not doing it to try to sell. I'm just saying, join my community. It's cool. Some good people in there. And Laz.
Yeah, I'm in there as well, but yeah, I've not been on Discord for a while. Discord can be a bit overwhelming sometimes, and it's not something you should get into unless you're really, really, really prepared for it. It's not something. If you're gonna set up a channel, yeah, beware. Especially if you're a popular channel, because dang, those things can just sap.
I know.
And it's nothing bad to say about the people that you end up talking to, because you find some really nice people. But talking to 60 or 70 really nice people takes a long time to talk to.
Yeah, and I've got nearly 100 now.
Yep. I don't have a channel because, well, I leech off everybody else. Because I'm not here to make money. I'm here to get a bit of time to paint my models.
Yeah. Come and check me out. I don't know what the ID is offhand, but if you go on Facebook and look for my Facebook page, Sinscape Studios, same as what my name plate says here on Facebook, and there's a link to my Discord on the page.
War Thunder, if he's not too cheeky, a couple of videos back, there should be a link pinned to one of my videos. Have a quick look.
There's plenty of links. Plenty of links out there.
You don't have to subscribe. You just click on the channel, follow the link. It's like, yeah, he's a boring git. I'm not listening to him again, but I'll go and I'll check that one out. Feel free. I do usually retrospectively, if I remember, put the links in the description. I do actually have a section that's a little notepad on my desktop that's actually there for the purpose of putting certain people's links in if they come in. Yeah. So like yours is in there, Daniel's is in there, EB's is in there. So they are there. It's just whether or not I can get to my PC, because my son's been watching Dragon Ball, and he only started watching it for the weekend, and he's up to episode 96 now.
I've never watched it.
What, the original Dragon Ball?
Never watched any Dragon Ball.
The original Dragon Ball is brilliant for kids because it has child innocence that parents can laugh
at. Fair enough.
And it is the prelude into what will eventually become the big Dragon Ball phenomenon as it is known. But it's a fun little thing that he's been really enjoying because he's a little boy and Goku's a little boy in it as well, right up until the very, very end when he becomes a teenager, and that's when he stops.
No, really?
That's when Dragon Ball stops. Dragon Ball Z starts.
Oh, right. I thought you meant that's when he stops being a kid, when he becomes...
Then you get Dragon Ball Z.
It's the obvious again.
They move it on. They move on series. They're still going now, for Christ's sakes. They are bleaching everything they can and milking that thing for every bloody dime, cent, pound, dollar, yen, or anything else they can get from it.
Of course they are.
It's ridiculous. Merchandising.
Wouldn't you? If you had something that was selling and it was making you a lot of money, you wouldn't just stop it suddenly, would you?
You won't see me with a merch line. You won't.
I have actually been considering a merch line for myself, you know.
No, you won't see me with a merch line ever.
I was thinking of getting like some custom dice and a dice rolling boxes. Nope. You know, you can roll your dice in them with Missinscape logo on and stuff like that. I was thinking of doing something like that.
No, if I ever, from unknown reason, it can only be a work of the devil that I would ever become big.
Why do you hate it so much?
I don't hate it so much. It's just that I don't play the algorithm, so I know I'm not going to do it. I only do live streams, and live streams do not get pushed. So I will never become big on YouTube. I know that. But I do the live streams because this camera, gives me a chance to interact with other people. I'm from UK, Northwest.
Me. I'm originally from England, but I defected to Scotland because I hate England.
Traitor! Get up above that wall and stay there.
It's all right. Eventually, I'm going to leave Scotland as well. So
that's why you're a real traitor, because you're going to go join the
Scandies.
Oh yeah, the Scandies. The Scandies.
Kind of. They're not actually Scandinavian, but everyone thinks they are, so I'll just go along with it.
Yeah, it's like yeah. We're Scandinavian, honest. For fuck's sake, why are we agreeing? Because it's easier than fucking arguing. Oh, right.
Exactly.
One of them things. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Because most people think Finland is Scandinavia, but it's not.
So is it part of the Nether region?
Part of the Nether region.
Yeah, the slightly further down one, you know. What, Amsterdamian places like that.
They're not Nether region.
You should call it that. That is the top name for that section of Europe. You should call it the Nether region.
But Nether region sounds below, and Finland is not below anything.
Yeah, they are. They're below the North
No,
Pole.
they're not. The North Pole doesn't have a landmass.
Are they below it or not?
They're in the vicinity of the North
If you
Pole
move north,
as a man-made
if you-
construct, but they're not. It's not a country. It's not an island. It's not a.
Right, in which case we're talking about a sphere, so we're actually underneath Canada. You're just looking at it at an angle, spin it round properly.
Yeah, if you're holding it upside down, or you believe in the flat Earth.
No, it's a sphere, so you can move it and spin it around like so where you want the top to be, you can just go. There you go. So you can be underneath wherever you want it to be. You can put it where Australia is, and all of a sudden it's the bottom place in the bloody globe. It's just a case of where you're looking at.
If I have a sphere, I'm not holding it upside down.
Why not? That's what it's a sphere. I'll show you if you want. I'll get a sphere and I'll hold it upside down.
I know what a fucking sphere looks like.
Yes, by the way, War Thunder, this is pretty much most of what we do. We just kind of wind each other up, but we're British. Is what we do. We just wind each other up.
Where are you from, War Thunder?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, because it just occurred to me.
Since you asked us, you've got to tell us now.
Yeah, we're not going to hold it against you unless you say Welsh.
Oh, God, yeah, if you say Welsh.
I won't hold that against you. You just get a few jokes, that's all. I think he may have left. I don't know. I think we've scared people off. I've scared people.
Oh, no. Australian.
Oh, currently Australian, but he was born in Poland. Excellent. Nice.
Shema.
Show off.
Oh, fuck you.
The only reason I'm saying that is because I have Polish neighbours and I have no idea what you just said.
I've worked with Polish people for several years, so I know a few words. I know all the important Polish words.
And I'm feeling War Thunder's pain because he's in Australia and it costs a fortune to play this game over there.
Oh God, everything is expensive in Australia.
Well, that's because you have to import most things because
damn,
it's hot there, man. You can't do.
Oh well, I'll teach you Shema and Kurwa. That's all you need to know. Kurwa.
What's that?
Just the most important word in the Polish language. Kurwa.
Right, I don't want to be going to my 6-year-old neighbour and saying that to him, and it's something stupid. So what is it, please?
I guarantee you that even though he's 6, he probably still uses Kurwa all the time. It means anything you want it to mean, but it's basically like you drop something on your foot. Oh fuck! They would say Kurwa.
Oh right, okay.
But they literally say it in every sentence.
Yeah, because I don't want to be saying it to. Yeah, as I said, I have Polish neighbours, and I try to address his name properly. Oh, here's a different one, right? Conversation's going to take a slight left turn now. Good evening, Dorito. How are you doing, man? Oh, Luch Mob. Sorry, Luch Mob.
It's Dorito. Come on.
I know it's Dorito.
I am just one of many.
How are you doing?
We are Legion.
What time is it?
Hello. I don't recognize it. I don't recognize this one.
This is another JV's Hangout friend.
Right.
Before that.
Did you know me before JV's Hangout?
Yes, I did.
When? It can't be because my first introduction online was JV's Hangout.
Maybe. Well, no.
My debut to YouTube.
No.
Yeah, but my debut to YouTube was JV's Hangout.
But
it was on there that I pretty much. Yeah, about 2018. It's been a couple of years. I'm not saying it was yesterday. It's been a good while.
Well, it's been a while. Yeah, I thought it was McT, but okay. I'm okay with that. JV.
No, it wasn't up with McT. I mean, I've met McT. McT's top look. Watching him burn his mouth out with that one chip challenge thing was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, firing them off.
Because he's a fucking idiot. No worries, War Thunder. I'll just hope to see you back soon. So, what have you been building today, Dorito?
I haven't started yet. That's why I just popped on. I haven't seen you. I haven't talked to you in a while. So I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, it's early morning for you now, isn't it?
We're building. Me and my son are building a trailer today.
Oh, and is that the red, black, and grey camo?
The camo, the one that me and the wife did the vinyl wrap on. Yeah.
Oh, in fact, yeah, it's there behind you. Let me just bring you up big so people can see it. Yeah, that one. The vinyl wrap that you've done for that, and that's going on the car.
Yeah.
For anyone in the chat who doesn't know, Dorito builds essentially go-karts. Some quite high-powered ones, some low-powered ones. Some kids could probably get away with driving, some that you should not let kids anywhere near.
All of them kids can get away with driving. It's just a matter of what we do to them.
Maybe some kids shouldn't get near some of them. I've seen the way some of those things can actually fly around a little bit. It's like, I wouldn't trust a 12-year-old to drive that. Maybe a 16-year-old, but I wouldn't trust a 12-year-old. Some of them is like, no, go ahead, knock yourself out on the June.
My daughter has driven hers only a few times, but she's had one since she was 7.
Wow, really?
So
yeah, I'm guessing you didn't start her off on a 250.
No, she's got the same one. It's a little 125, but now she's got that quad as well too. So she started off with that smaller quad. Now she's got a medium-sized one, and that one's real nice.
Those are fun, but you got to really watch the balance. The top heavy if you're not careful.
No, it's actually this is safer than the go-kart in my eyes. The only difference is, the only reason that to me the go-kart is safer in most manners is because it's got seatbelts and a roll cage. This ain't gonna flip over unless she does something stupid.
Oh, right. So it's nice wheelbase. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, and my son, I'm more worried about that than I am her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well,
he's the nut job. He wants to do video or a live stream right now doing the trailer.
One of the few times I've actually been on a quad bike, I had to fully throw my weight completely onto the 2 wheels that were coming off the floor to stop it from tipping. Doesn't help. I was only in a small Menage at the time, and they did put me on a 250.
Yeah,
and I had to turn very, very quickly and very small figure of 8. Didn't help.
These things are automatics though, and they're not all high powered stuff. It's just a mid-sized kid's ATV, a China one.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like it's a Raptor.
A lot of them though.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of things you can do. A lot of things you can do to them to make them quicker. And they'll take it. I've jumped those things, and I have the medium-sized quad that my daughter has. They actually, when they first came out, they told me I'm 240 pounds, and they told the weight limit on them is like 180, and they told me to take one and try and break it. And I did everything I could to it, dude. And the only thing that happened was I bent the rear axle by jumping it the wrong way.
Is that it? Just slightly bent the rear axle?
No, not slightly. A lot. I actually have the axle still for a trophy. It looks like a javelin when you're running with it before you go to throw it. You know what I mean?
But it's bending and doing.
Yeah. It's actually quite nice. I bent the axle, bro. I didn't kind of bend it. I bent it.
Yeah, but
don't try and break it.
Yeah, they told you to try and break. Don't tempt me. Right? Okay. That's the challenge.
That's the one thing I like about this company is they let me throw everything I can at them and try and break them, and that just proves their product. You know what I mean?
Well, it is a good advertisement if you're going, look, my purpose is to run this to the point where I can destroy it, and it's like, no, this is putting up a fight.
Yeah,
this is a Toyota Hilux level of I ain't putting this fucker down.
You see me roll it over on it, roll one of those buggies on its side, and that's my best buggy, still one of my best, except for the blue one, but the blue one's hands down always been my favorite from day one. So
in
I've
fairness,
had that for the longest.
I only watch your videos to see if Luci's going to give you another nut shot or not.
I'm not allowed to hit him in the nuts anymore, bro. It's kind of like a dead source now.
You're not allowed to hit him in the nuts anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently you're still fair game.
Well, I mean, I might get kind of mad at him and hit him back in the nuts. You know what I'm saying? So he lives in fear of that as well.
Okay. So
I'm not gonna deny or admit the game of Bangkok when it comes to him, but I won't take a shot unless he does. And if he does, he knows I'm going to connect. You know, so that's the thing. I'm not going to say we won't play the game, but he don't want to play the game, bro. It's just like getting tased, caught on fire, or stabbed. None of the above. I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
Yeah, done it once. No, thank you.
I've done it more than once. That's the problem.
Getting tased and getting stabbed.
I've stabbed him in the knee a couple times. I've tased him several times. Caught him on fire. He's kind of put his hand in rubbing alcohol a couple times, and I just happened to have a lighter. So, yeah.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we think Californians are nuts.
52 and doing well. I'm alive.
Yeah. How we're still wondering. How we're still trying to figure that out. Is a wonder to medical science, the pair of
Yeah, by doing stuff like that, because you learn how to roll and fall in the right spots and land in the right spots and learn to have water by you every time when you're hanging out with your friend and there's fire involved. Let's see, make sure the batteries are kind of dead and the taser gun. You know, there's all kinds of ways to avoid the total pain. You know what I'm saying?
Very experienced. Very.
Yes.
I don't.
You've been my best friend since I was 15, bro.
See, the problem is, when I was 15, me and my friends didn't have access to taser guns. I mean, we did set ourselves on fire, I've got to admit. We did.
Well, no, the taser guns became within the last few years. See, there's other things, dude. We've been outlawed from hanging out with each other on 4th of July because, you know.
Shit, if I got tasers on my friends, I'm worried I might give them a heart attack. I was some of my friends is like, yeah, no, if I taser you, you're dying, mate. Yeah, I can't do that to you. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Others, it would be funny to see them make the Chewbacca noise.
It's all fun and games as long as you don't lose an eye.
Yeah. And then it's fun and games because someone's lost an eye.
Nah, because I'd be kind of bad if it was my eye.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Metallica quote.
The what?
Metallica quote from when they were really early touring. You're fine on doing that on here, dude. Don't worry. If fair enough. Yeah, when Metallica were early touring, they actually got interviewed, and pretty much that's what they come out and said. It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye, and then it's fun and games because someone lost an eye.
Oh.
So I thought he was doing that quote.
No, that's an old saying. Don't do that. It's from the Christmas story. Don't play with that, kid. You're going to lose an eye. Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, lost it. Oh, no.
Yeah. You're not going to. He wanted a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. You're not going to get that. You'll shoot your eye out.
Yep. How will I do that? Because you're dumb and going to look down the barrel to wonder why it's not come out, and he's going to come out and shoot you in the eye. How do you know? Look at Grandpa.
There goes all that keep.
Oh, no. Somebody please say a prayer.
Shit happens.
Please let that keep go to good use. Please let it blow.
What have you done?
Get insects.
Drop my grinder. Terrible incident.
I'm praying to any god that will listen that actually gets used and blown into some insects that will actually enjoy it and make good use out of it.
Dude, it ain't funny right now. We got mosquitoes. Insects are not funny, dude. Those guys are assholes, dude. And they're not even that big.
This is another argument from California. The earth shakes and swallows you. You've got insects that are trying to suck your blood. Why?
The earthquakes don't bug me, dude. Just take the insects, dude. I don't care about. I'll ride those suckers out, dude. Those are kind of fun. The earthquakes are not scary, dude. I mean, if I was in a tunnel or I was in a building or something like that, yeah. But I mean, you grow up around them out here. You're not.
I was just about to say, you get used to them, don't you?
It's a total natural reaction. When there's an earthquake, you know Like my reaction will be get to my kids and get them out of the house. You see what I'm saying? But before my kids came along, it was the natural reaction is get out of the house.
So get under the table is a bad idea. Then.
My brother. Love you, man.
Evening, Captain. I'm surprised he's not invited himself up. Maybe he's tired.
Oh, Captain.
Yes.
The stream
the non-YouTuber
overlord.
YouTuber.
Check out that fine rap job that me and my wife did. My wife, you should see the first one I started. It bubbled up on the end, and she's like, okay, we're going to try it this way. Check it out, Captain. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Yeah, that's the actual.
I've seen the Instagram pictures, and the Instagram pictures are higher quality than that. I've only run it as 720, so you're not going to get the full res out of it. Yeah. Check it out on Instagram. It is actually a nice piece of work, actually.
It does look good. But it was funny. The first one I did, I was doing it the wrong way, and I was getting bubbles and stuff. And we have dogs, okay? So this is why I'm saying this. So I start doing it, and she's like, you got bubbles there. And I'll get them out, and I started pushing them out. She's all, no, look. See dog hair.
Oh,
so
no.
I was like, damn. So she's like, go get one of those fiber cloths you got, dummy, and come on in and let's wipe it down and do it. Then let's try it my way. And we tried it her way. Guess what?
Perfect.
It came out pristine, dude. So the first one she did, and then she, like the way she was doing it, I started doing it that way. And it came out good. I don't know how to do concave surfaces yet, but I know how to do flat surfaces. Nice.
Concaves are going to be an ass.
Yeah, that's where a heat gun comes in. And you use a glove and you.
Right, okay. And you, right. So you actually got a position. Heat gun, I never would have thought of that, actually. But yeah, it heats the vinyl up and melts it and allows it to, makes sense. Now that I think about it, it makes sense, but yeah, I would never have thought of a heat gun.
Look at Captain. They're Manchester United colors. I don't like them. Would have been okay if it was blue, Captain.
No. He's actually a Liverpool supporter, so he does like red. It's just that you've got the black on there as well, which is what Man U.
Well, there's grey too. I mean,
which is also what Man U have done, and they've had a kit similar to that, but without the red. So there's a few Man U references.
So if I put Manchester United sticker right on the side of it, you're really not going to like it, huh, Captain?
Oh no, he's going to hate it. He's going to want it. Yeah.
Send me a Manchester United sticker for me to slap on the side because I am going to stickerify the thing.
I don't know because I've got a love-hate relationship with United. I don't want to give them my money. They don't deserve my money.
I will. I'll earn myself worthy sooner or later when I make it to the post office. The box is packed. There's 2 packages I got to send out.
I hope they're both. No, they're not both for me. You've already confirmed this. I'm safe on that regard. I know that much.
I couldn't hear you. What?
I'm safe on the regard that they're not both for me. I know only one of them's for me.
Yeah, one's for you, and then one's just because Jimmy C. It's fucking driving me nuts. So.
I'm actually dreading now when this box turns up because I'm going to look at it and think, there's going to be like 40 models in this. I might actually just send them to Synscape and go, do me a favor, commission pay all these for me.
It's not tape, shutter, address, but when I get ready, when I do actually make it to the post office, I'll get a hold of you beforehand, but it's already full. Ready to go.
Oh no, that's not big. That's not as big a box as I thought. That's not. I'm all right.
With Smarties and all.
Ooh, your Smarties.
American Smarties.
I was gonna say yours is different from ours.
Yes,
I bet they're nowhere near as good.
Well, they're not allowed ours because ours have certain things in it, so they banned them.
Oh yeah, of course, because America cares about their citizens so much to ban chemicals that the rest of Europe deem perfectly okay. And yet they put like 72 different chemicals in McDonald's fries that are illegal in Europe. So
McDonald's fries, numb.
Yeah, but they only taste that way because of the amount. Sam, you lucky son of a gun.
They're even good cold, dude.
Oh, hello,
What?
Sam.
Well, your McDonald's fries might be done cold, but ours aren't allowed to have all the crap yours has on it. So ours are basically just soggy potato when they're cold, and they're not that nice.
Yeah, our McDonald's stuff is actually considerably better than the American stuff, even though I don't like McDonald's.
No, I would disagree. The very essence of McDonald's is to be quick, taste nice, and be shit.
No, don't get me wrong, Captain. I do like your Smarties, but we have these things called M&Ms, and they're just about the same to me. Now,
We have them as well.
yeah, that's what your guys' Smarties remind me of, is a bigger M&M with more of a coated candy shell. Now,
Yeah,
our
it's the-
Smarties are literally pure adrenaline. That's all they are. Is a little tiny flavored sugar pill, dude. You chew on them, and it's like you're 400 miles an hour. I love it. Trust me.
I was actually
gonna
banned from having M&Ms when I was a kid.
I was about to
But
say
the amount of the amount of E numbers in them made me hyper. Apparently,
Oh, Smarties and Milky Ways. Those things get me going.
Yeah, I'm going to be banned from these. I'm going to eat 3 of them, and my missus is going to go, nope, you're not having any more of them.
Oh, dude, it's pure. It's bliss. I'm telling you.
No, I'll bounce.
After
Give
3
me
of
that
them,
much energy, I'll be bouncing.
after 3 of them, dude,
I'll
I'm
walk.
telling you, it's bing, bing, bing. It's so awesome, dude.
oh god, yeah, America chocolate. American. I've tried several American chocolates, and they are all
Hershey's is
disgusting.
That's the thing, is Smarties are not chocolate. They're literally packed sugar. Little
Well,
tiny.
that's not smart, then.
No, then they're not Smarties. Then they're not Smarties.
Well, they're yes, they are.
No, the Skittles.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're Skittles.
We made Smarties first. Therefore, the UK ones are Smarties. What
Yes,
you
I know. We've
Americans?
been over this, and I've heard it before, but I still don't agree. Whether or not it's tomato, okay?
You see where we get on now? It's like, yeah,
Yes.
I don't give a shit. I'm right.
Yeah.
I am
sky
right.
is blue, damn it.
I
The
am
sky
right.
is blue.
And pretty much everyone I know has that same opinion of, I don't give a shit. I'm right. So
Captain's had
UK did everything first. The Americans copied and destroyed it, same as they did with the language.
no,
And
in fairness, the Americans figured out how to kill us all.
It's the
quickest
truth, Sam.
first.
I will agree, though. There's those one caramel things that Captain sent me. Oh my god, dude! I'd kill
what are they called?
those things again. Yeah, that somebody could get me to assassinate somebody for those, no problem. Whatever those were, I can't remember, but those were to die for, dude.
There's lots of caramel things, so I'm not
It
sure
was
what you're
caramel.
referring to.
It was caramel and chocolate together. I can't remember.
Yeah, we have a lot of that as well.
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down. That's like saying is a piece of meat with bread on either side.
I don't
Is it
know
a
what
burger?
they
Is it a hot
were,
dog? Is it a...
but they were. Your chocolate and your caramel is real good there. Very,
Yeah, that's
very
why we don't like yours. That's why we don't
Yeah.
like. I've seen Hershey bars for sale.
like your dairy milk chocolate, not the other chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. There you go, Revels. Those things.
Oh,
Yes,
Rebels.
I would.
Oh, Revels are good. Yeah, they're a
Yep.
classic.
right in the head
Rebels,
for those things. Yep.
Minstrels, because you get the assortment. So you'll get one of the caramel ones, or you'll get like a Malteser, or you'll get like a
Yeah, the
plain
minstrels are.
breakfast.
I think he sent me somebody sent me, either he did or Nextex did.
Yeah, minstrels are just giant chocolate Smarties. I like
well,
minstrels.
no, I'll take the
You get
Rebels any
Smarties
day.
and bits of all. Yeah, it's a combination.
Yeah, the Rebels. Yeah, yep.
Oh, damn it! It's Tesco shut. Yeah, Tesco shut. Fuck.
No, those ones with the caramel were.
No, I can't have.
I had an American customer recently, and I sent them a load of English chocolate, British chocolate, including something called a mint Aero, and they said it was the nicest thing they've ever had in their life.
Yeah, I will say you for sure your chocolates and your like your dairy milk chocolate and your whatchamacallit, caramel was.
We need to go for cheeses. Cheeses, we've got loads.
Oh god, yeah. I love my cheese.
I don't really like cheese on my burgers. I don't really like cheese on salads. I don't really like cheese on a lot of things. I like cheese, but I'd rather eat eat a little cube of cheese. That's how I am.
That's fine.
Pizza, stuff like that. That's different. You know what I mean? Pasta. That's different.
I'll have cheese on anything. Cheese on chips. Cheese on macaroni. Cheese on anything. The cheese sandwiches.
Right. But when you say cheese on, you're talking cheddar cheese and probably mild or mature. Am I correct?
Cheddar cheese, red Leicester. The normal type of traditional British cheddars, yes, but I do also love like French cheeses and blues and stuff like that.
Monterey Jack cheese, but
Monterey Jack,
that's essentially a cheddar cheese with additives.
Yeah.
So the base cheese is a cheddar. It's just put all.
So again, American copying off the British.
You will get that a lot.
We didn't want your tea, did we?
That's just
I'm sorry.
Every single American Reacts channel that have tried tea that I've seen said it's amazing and you should adopt it.
Yep.
Basically, you had to come back from that one, didn't you? Jeez, I couldn't just go ahead and get ready and leave on just a good note where I was happy. Now I gotta wait around for something to fire back with.
Oh yeah, you don't get away free. Don't get away scot-free.
Mexican cheese. Queso Blanco is the whitest of the cheeses, and it's the cheesiest of the cheeses. I love Queso Blanco.
Oh, I'm going to have to try that then.
And what about you? What about that ridiculous spray-on cheese that you have?
Oh no, I refuse to try that. Cheese in a can.
Oh yeah,
that you spray.
Yeah, you get chicken and a biscuit with your cheese in a can, and then you stack a couple crackers and.
Absolutely, absolutely abhorrent.
I refuse to try it. I refuse to try it. Joey brought some over, and Mick T and everybody.
I heard about that.
And I'm just sat there going, "Nope." It's like, why not?
It's not cheese. It's not cheese. It can't be.
I'm a stubborn fucker when it comes to stuff like this. So yeah, they tried peer pressure. They tried the lot, and I mean, I'm sat in a room with 7, 8 other people, and they're all trying to pip. Nope.
You mean he didn't even design a cute little cracker for you and just go, shh, shh, shh.
He tried it. He tried it. And I put my cigarette in my mouth, took a drag, blew it out of the thing, and went, no. I'm not trying it.
Oh, man. Well, guys.
Not cheese.
On that note, I gotta do this trailer with my kiddo.
No worries. You have a good day, Rito. And yeah,
get it done.
Have fun with your kid, man. Because memories to be made.
All right, man. Well, have fun painting.
I will. I'm getting quite far actually. I'm not too far off getting initial stages done on these. Hopefully, it'll only be another session and they're done. But I'm cool. Not too bad. Not too bad on them.
We'll see.
I shall speak to you again, and have fun building that with your kid, man. Sounds fun.
Later. Good to meet
you
there.
Nice to meet you.
Sinscape.
Nice to meet you.
See ya. Peace.
Bye. And welcome Sam to the chat. The lucky winner of, I would say the day, but pretty much every day, every week so far.
Yeah, he's pretty much won on most things, as far as I'm aware. At least once. He might
at least once a week. Yeah, near enough.
Yeah. But then again, if you buy tickets, you can win. If you don't buy tickets, you can't win. And for those people who have joined, who have, like, for instance, Sam, nice for you to join. My streams aren't necessarily always model based. I will be painting, but I do have guests up that have nothing to do with painting. And it's
a lot of American YouTubers come in often.
Yeah. So you may see people who's like, wow, no way has this person popped up. And this person, because I will have people from reactions and some from Art World and some others occasionally, as well as I'll call what would you call Captain, because he is technically kind of not a YouTuber, but he is a YouTuber. Speaking of having artists up, good evening.
Just call him the Irish.
Well, no, because he does actually do music regarding his. He has actually got shorts out, and they were mostly
Yeah, but just
music.
calling someone the Irish, it perfectly describes them because you know exactly what you're expecting when you hear the Irish.
Well, no, because you've got variants in Irish people, just as you've got variants in English people and Scottish people. Look, if it's like branch them just by your country, then I'll classify you as a Glaswegian, and you probably
Me?
wouldn't like it. Scotland,
Why Glaswegian?
because I'm grouping it all into one place.
But why wouldn't you group it to Edinburgh, which is the capital, and not Glaswegian, which is a shithole?
I think you've just answered your own question there of why I made my choice.
Scotland is a beautiful country, beautiful, wonderful people, so much nicer than any part of England, especially where you're from.
Oh, I never said my place. I actually sent a picture of Manchester City Centre the other day on an Instagram group, and the comments I got back was nice rust.
Yeah, rust and shite. Yeah.
Well, no, it's either rust or metal and glass, and it's kind of
Yeah, exactly. It's just a metal jungle. Horrible.
It's lost its soul. It's not what it used to be. Manchester's not what it was when I was a kid.
No, it's not.
And now I'm just sounding old and bitter and yeah. So,
Hi, Creative Vibrations. I think I recognise you from last time, maybe.
Yeah, and Angie's been up before, as well. I believe you've been up on my stream before, haven't you, Angie? I think she has. I don't
think she's been up with me.
No, she's not been up with you. You've got to remember, I've been doing this for a while now. I've been doing this.
I know you have. I know.
A couple of years. So I have had quite a few guests. But yeah, Angie's been up before. Angie does pour paintings.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Some of them are some of them are not for me. I understand the technical part of it, and I can't do it. So kudos to you for that. I just don't like the finished product because it's not aesthetically pleasing to me. And I'm a fussy cunt.
Yeah.
So, but I understand, and some of them it's just like, oh wow, that looks really nice, and it's like when I look at guitar players and they do that, it's like, you talented bastards. It's very much envious, and just I'll let Angie kick you in the balls for that one, Captain.
I'm going to be back in a second. I'm just changing the water because I'm about to do transfers.
Not a problem. I need more of this to go on here so I can paint more loincloths. I know they're not loincloths, they're supposed to be called tabards, but the loincloths, they're covering the loin. Loin. I've still got to finish watching the new series of Beatles and Bird as well, actually. That should be fun.
Oh, I'm pretty much finished these models. Just the bases to do.
Really? Wow, you just done like 10 models. Oh, wait a minute. You'd already sprayed them red.
Yeah, I'd sprayed them red. It's basically a kill team.
So you kind of have less. You kind of have less to do than me already.
Well, yeah.
That's cheating.
It's not cheating. It's being intelligent.
Say that again.
It's being intelligent. Something I know you struggled with.
I don't struggle with it. I was just surprised you knew what it was.
Fuck you. If I'm not intelligent, who's making a more successful business out of painting?
See, there's a caveat in that. There's only one of us actually making a business out of painting. So the obvious answer is that the one who's
I get paid to paint miniatures. You have to pay to paint miniatures.
No, you don't have to pay to do this. It's costing me bugger all. I had to pay for the miniatures, fair enough, but to paint them,
Exactly, that's what I'm on about.
I mean, I could just 3D print, get my brother-in-law to 3D print miniatures, but as I keep saying, I like Games Workshop sculpts. They are
Yeah,
the
me
best
too.
in the
Me
market.
too.
I don't care. There are some good 3D modelers out there that are doing good third-party stuff for generalized use. But
They are.
Games Workshop is,
Always number one.
They're still top dog when it comes to it. The fine detail that they get in there is so crisp, it's so neat.
It is.
You have mold lines because of the using hard plastic and the way that they're using injection molding as opposed to other methods that they could use, I suppose. But
In a weird way, I don't mind the mold lines. It's kind of therapeutic to scrape them off when you're building.
In some cases, I leave them because they add an extra detail in some cases. So
no, they don't. At no point have I ever seen a mold line that looks good on a model.
Well, then you should look at some zombies. You should really look at some zombies.
There is no way a zombie looks good with a mold line. No way.
It does when it looks like it's a seam to a jacket.
Nah, I'm pretty sure if I saw that, I would see it and think that's a mold line.
Finicky fucker. I do try to take mold lines off the big garish ones though, but sometimes it's like, I just can't be asked.
No, I make it like I religiously remove mold lines off every single thing, whether you can see it or not, just in case.
Yeah, but you also will do things like painting sub-assembly as well if necessary and things like that.
Yeah, like these Blood Ravens, these have been done sub-assembly.
Yeah, I won't bother. I'll just put it together and deal with it afterwards.
To be fair, I try not to sub-assembly them if I can, but in many cases, it's really the only way to go to get like the quality, you know.
Okay, I'm going to try something. It's going to be quite outrageous for me considering I'm getting quite late into it. I can go right. It's around about the 2 hour mark. I'm actually going to make some comments that could potentially be put into a video.
Okay.
All right. So, for instance, rather than using my standard ivory, which I would use for the tabards this time, just for a variance, I'm trying to use Rakarth flesh to see what the difference would be once I've finished.
Rakarth flesh, I've got that.
It's just like a more... Yeah, it's a sandier colour than ivory. So I'm seeing how it'll go.
It's a base, yeah. No, Rakarth flesh is kind of like... I'm looking at it right now. It's kind of like a...
It's almost
like a dusty bone, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Which is why I'm thinking it'll be good as a base for tabards once they'll give it a wash over it.
It will. I've done it. I've used it before as a base for a cloak because I had like a model that had quite a few cloaks on it, and I wanted to differentiate between a few of them, but not too much. And I did use Rakarth flesh as a base for one, and it did make a subtle difference. So yeah, it works.
So there's a chance that this would work out.
Should
the reason why I say there's a chance is because I've tried to copy things that people have done before. MS Paint's made some very basic rocks. I mean, absolutely bitch basic rocks.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, the principles seem sound, but I'm going to go at it my way, so I don't expect it to be as good. I don't have some of the tools he has, and I don't have some of the components that he had, so I'll make do with other things. So I made these rocks just so they were playable and line of sight breaking and just bitch basic scenery. And it came out a lot worse than I realized it would do because I couldn't do a couple of basic principles that were done in it, and I was using different foam. Which of the two of us is the better painter? Synscape. Synscape is way better than me.
Who said that? Captain.
Yeah. I will admit you're a better painter than me. I'm not. You're commission painter. I'm lazy mini painting. Who do you think's better? Yeah.
I hate being asked a question like that because I don't like saying I'm better.
Yes, I know, but in this case, with our current painting levels, if someone was to say, show me a model you've painted in the last month, and show me a model you've painted in the last month, you could go pick out something that's potentially Golden Demon worthy. The best thing I'm going to get is one
No,
of the
I couldn't. I'm nowhere near Golden Demon level.
All right, at least highly detailed. Whereas the best I'm going to do is pull out one of my Tyranids, which has basically been dry brush, speed paint, dry brush. That's it. That's one of the best models I'm going to pull out. Or my Librarian, which is still pretty much contrast and speed paint.
I would answer it with because I don't like saying people are better painters or worse painters. I think everyone has the capability of being a good painter. Everyone.
Yes.
It's just the techniques that you need to learn and the patience and doing it regularly, like every single day, which of course you can't do. So I would say I'm more experienced in it. Even though you've been doing it longer, I would say I'm more experienced. Maybe. I don't know.
Have you finished waffling now? You're better than
Go
me.
on.
Just deal with it. At the moment, I'll grant it at the moment, give me another 3 years, because the whole point of this is I'm getting them up to battle ready, everything. So 3 colour minimum, I can play with them. And then from there, I'm going to start choosing out other models, basic intercessors, start practicing different techniques, building my skill up, and then get up to the other models, which will be 3 colours, and then putting the next skill stage up and the next skill stage up. So essentially, this might be a 4 or 5 year progression of me just starting as bitch basic and going quite good.
Yeah.
Because every time I come down and paint, I get a little bit better. I try other things. I try new techniques. When I first started, I didn't do the heavy dry brush and then inking. I was doing kind of edge highlights on them. So when I go back and look at some of my early models, when I come to look at them, I'm going to go, oh, I might have to do this on them first, and then. So it's gonna work quite interestingly, I hope. And as a learning curve, seeing as I am pushing towards the later part of my life as opposed to the earlier part of my life, I suppose I better get my ass in gear and do it, I suppose.
You should. Yeah, Captain. I was thinking there that you were hoping an argument there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sorry, mate, but this is one of the things I can't deny. I'm a realist, and I know full well that at this moment in time, I could not bring a model up to the same standards. I couldn't.
Laz just knows that I'm always right. So
no,
if he wanted to
argue
with me, he'd lose anyway.
I'm always right, which is why in this case you are better than me because I'm right. See, told you there's no point even thinking about that. No point claiming that. Yeah. Stop jumping on my coattails just because I agree with you for a change. You just happen to be right by. You just happen to be right by coincidence, whereas I'm just right.
Right by coincidence, sure. Oh god, sometimes I hate fucking transfers. Stuck to my thumb now.
See, that's one of the things I'm not looking forward to. I've still not found that sheet that I wanted to show you, which is quite irritating. Because I've got that transfer sheet somewhere. I'm just not sure where the bloody hell it is.
Have you got a transfer sheet for your Marines?
Yes.
That you wanted? Did you get it custom made or something?
I chose the icon. I printed it out myself onto transfer paper.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I have. I say I have. I don't have, but there's an Etsy shop that I use all the time. So like these ones for the Blood Ravens that I'm doing now, and then I've got some for Lamenters, and I've got some for Raptors, which I've got a commission for. I've got a drawer full of
various
transfers
chapters
right now. Yeah, because if someone wants to commission a 10-man squad, I feel that I have to get the transfers for it, and then of course the transfer comes with like 100, enough to do 100 models on there. So my cupboard is full of them.
Oh well, if you know, I was gonna say you have my address. So if you end up with a load of tactical markings, that's just like I need to get rid of them.
Black or white?
Black.
I have this, but I probably will still be using it.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff you're using by no means. You keep the stuff you use.
But I can give you a link. I can give you a link where to find this, and it's not bad value at all. Like a shitload of black transfers on there with all of the different tactical assault squad markings and all that.
Because that's the one thing I've never had enough of. Ever. Even the official Games Workshop, I've never had enough of the tactical markings to be able to.
Yeah, well, that sheet's got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got something like 50 tactical markings, each with solid black, one with just a black outline, and then one solid black with a circle around it. So there's enough there to do like over 100 models.
Yeah, you can get a full demi company out of it easily.
Yeah, and it was what, £10?
Oh, Night Captain, have you ever got them, mate? £10. Ooh, no. See, all I need is the picture, and I can print it out because I have the sheet and I have the paper.
Fair enough.
And I have a printer.
I mean,
I buy it for a laser jet. I don't even need to see that. I can just get my friend to do it on a laser jet.
I can't recommend. I can't. And knowing that you're going to take it and print it out yourself, I don't really want to.
That's just because I don't want to spend. I don't want to spend £10 on one sheet when I can spend £15 on 15 sheets.
No, I get it. I get it totally.
Because I'm going to need 15 sheets because I've got fucking shitloads of them. And it'll be good for the arcs as well, and for doing posters for Necromunda. Which you were mentioning, I might do one. I might do some of those next time. Actually, I might dig those out because I have got some that I've got to do. I've got Galax that I have to do, and as a Necromunda gang, they're not bad. I'm using standard scouts with a Vansar gang instead at the moment, which is what I've been playing way more than 40k. Necromunda is a fun game.
I never really got into it because it's like I would like to, but none of the models I've ever looked at and thought, "Oh, I really like them." And that's the most important thing to me. I have to look at the models and think, "Oh, that's really nice." I kind of like the Ashwaste Nomads, but not enough to like get excited over them.
And they're limited as well because they don't go into the Underhive. So they're kind of locked out of certain things as well, I think.
What, you can just play them anyway?
Yeah, I don't think they work the same way as other gangs do. Because you've got the Hive gangs and then you've got the Ashwastes. Whereas the Hive gangs have a force out in the Ashwastes. The Ashwastes don't necessarily have a force out in the forces in the Underhive.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I probably wouldn't collect it because nothing excites me. But Kill Team, however, Kill Team I want to do. At least with Kill Team, all I need is to buy the rulebook.
Is it for sale yet?
What do you mean? Kill Team's been around for ages.
Yeah, I know, but I thought they took the rulebook pretty much off sale, or certain rulebooks off sale that you need.
Well, there's the Kill Team Annual that came out recently. I actually have one of them now, but it belongs to a comp winner. And that's £30 or something, I think, for the book. And that has everything you need in it, I think.
Up to date.
I don't know. I don't know. I've not actually checked it because, it's not mine, so I've not bothered reading it in case I wanted it. But let's have a look. I'll see what it says on the back.
Does does include everything you need.
The entire second season of Kill Team in one book. Every Kill Team mission and kill zone all together.
So it's kill teams and missions. Or kill zones and missions. Sorry.
Yeah, full rules for fielding 10 kill teams. The complete rules for kill zone Gallo Dark, and 4 kill zone supplements to expand on it.
So 10 of the kill teams. So 10 of the kill teams win, and we know there's more than 10 kill teams, so that's not all of them. So there's extra books that you've got to buy for that, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's more of an expansion than an actual rule book.
Because I did actually get the one of the early ones which had the Eldar in. You know, the one with the. In fact, close down. Where are you, little son of a gun? The one that had that guy in it.
All right, okay.
I don't know if you remember that set.
No, I never really did much with Kill Team.
Well, I only got the box because I liked the models and I wanted them for D&D. So, excellent Ranger model. Perfect. Yeah, he's got a little bird companion neck. Brilliant. And you also got, where's the other guy? Yeah, him. Who I'm not happy with what colours I'm going to go with, but knelt down to dual wielding blades. It was nice for Dungeons and Dragons for filling out characters. I think I also got my rogue character out of it, and what was going to be Captain's fighter. But he was human, so he used a space marine without the shoulder pads to kind of slim him down a bit. Firstborn, just give him sword, and I think he was sword and axe, which he had. Not too bad. So I have got some other 40k stuff, but for other reasons. So eventually we do start playing that again. D&D, it won't be odd to find a Orc from Age of Sigmar fighting against an Eldar, because the Eldar's a ranger and the Orc's the NPC thing that's got to be killed. Have I finished with that? But it was excellent. These like the Hachette Partworks magazines, they are absolutely brilliant for just picking up one-off models, small groups of models that you just think, I just want to paint that. It's a lot cheaper than buying the actual box set of them for £30 or $25 or whatever it is. Just spending £9 on the magazine, and you get all the models. It's absolutely brilliant. Good night, Kirsty. Take care. Don't forget to find the charge before you go to bed. It's always a good idea to charge your phone up overnight, especially if you're losing charges all the time, because at least then it's charged. Right. Have I found every bloody purity seal? Every bleeding piece of fabric, front and back.
I'm surprised you bother with the purity seals, like gluing them on.
They were already on the models. This is the Leviathan.
Oh, this is the Leviathan one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're already on the models. I have one combo plasma, I have one combo melton, and I have a heavy bolter. I don't get a choice in options.
Even though the combi weapons have no effect now.
I know. I still want to go back to 5th. I want to go back to 5th edition, and I've told people, my group, it's like, I'll play True Scale Marines. I'll use Primaris instead of Thingies just because I've got them and it would make more sense. And I want to go back to 5th edition rules. Or should I say 7th edition?
7th was good, but there were so many problems with it.
Like what?
Like there was ways. There was always. Well, the rules were very complicated, As in,
No,
you always had to keep referring to the book, and you had there was a lot of scope for arguing between each other. Oh no, this is how I interpret the rules. No, this is how it should be played. With 10th edition, there's a lot less of that.
See, yeah, once we got the rules. Once you actually got them down and you got them all sorted between you, it flowed so much better. Granted,
it did, but the potential for arguing about the rules was possible, and you can't talk about every single rule before you start a game with someone. So you can't know if you're both all clued up and on the same wavelength with the interpretation of the rules.
No, but that's when it's answered one very simple question. Fine, roll off. Highest gets it, and it's their way.
Well, yeah, but that's always been a rule. You do that even now.
And
so if you ignore the fact that you get to re-roll to argue, and anyway, some people don't like doing that because they're adamant that they're right.
In which case, the whinging thing is they're not doing it for fun; they're doing it just to be an ass. It's supposed to be fun. Let's get it solved quickly and carry on, can't we, shall we? And yeah, they don't get many games.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But I did like 7. I'm not arguing against it, but I don't know. I like 10th very much, so I don't want to.
Well, 7th was the last time I played where melee was a genuine threat. A genuine threat.
But it still is.
Not really. Not if you're a good enough player. Melee's not a threat.
Of course it is. What makes it not a threat?
Because you get to kill it before it gets to you.
What?
You get to kill
You could do that in any. You could do that in any edition. Kill something before it gets to you in combat. In fact, you had more chances to kill something before it got to you in 7th than you do in 10th because it took longer to get into combat in 7th.
And I found the opposite. I found it very easy to get to combat in 7th.
But you can easily get turn 1 combat in 10th. Easily. You couldn't really get turn 1 combat in 7th very often. Sometimes, yes, but not very often.
One unit, but that's only one unit. And that's a very specific unit using a very specific way to do shit. And yeah, that's the exception as opposed to the rule. Which was Death Company with jump packs in Land Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. So that could definitely get into combat first turn. Fair enough. And you could probably, if you went second, Black Templars could get into combat first turn because I get my free movement every time you shot at me. But
you got movement. Yeah, there was lots of ways to do it. I just found it a much more fun edition. Warhammer seems to have lost a lot of its soul since 8th edition.
I disagree. I think it brought it back since. I think 9th edition lost a lot of its soul, but 10th has brought it back again.
I'd have to go. I've not played 10th at all.
Right, then we need to play a game on TTS.
Right. I also need to play a game against my friend.
Right, but when are we going to play on TTS?
That will be a discussion for a different time because I'm not sure, and
I'm free pretty much any time you want. So,
which is why it's like I can't tie down a specific time right now because like, well, I've got this to do, that, and I know I've got the X, Y. Right now is the get ready for the kids go back to school this week. So for me, all my time make sure all that's ready. So it won't be this week. I doubt it, but yes, I will be messaging you for that game because I want to see how it works on tables.
And you don't really need to download anything. If you send me your army list, then that's fine. I'll get your army ready. You just have to have a tabletop simulator. That's all.
I've got some resources, so it may not take as long to load. But that's about it at the moment. And I've not figured out how to load in tables and things like that.
Oh, don't worry about that. I can load in the tables. I can make my own game board as well.
Oh, excellent! Because I've downloaded resources to do that. It's just getting around to pushing.
You don't really need to download many resources. It's there's one downloadable. There's one mod called FTC, 10th edition, competitive. Don't worry about the competitive bit. That just means it follows the rules, and you can do everything in the rules in it. And that's all you need. And it gives you a load of terrain, and it gives you the map builder in it. And I've created a couple of maps that look pretty cool, nice and thematic, of different sizes. And like if we're only playing like 1,000 points or 2,000 points, it's like a starter. I've already got a table ready that I've used a couple of times already, and it's balanced. There's plenty of terrain on it. It's equal no matter what deployment you get. It's both sides get like an equal start, so it's good.
I've got a decision to make.
Oh God, there we go.
Sterngurad Veterans. Helmet colour. Do I keep it uniform? Or do I vary?
If you want to know the thematic, the how it should be, it should be white helmet.
Yeah.
And the sergeant should be white with a red stripe.
Right, but we both understand that this question's come from me. So
yeah, well, that's why I said at the beginning, if you wanted to know how it should be done, that's how I would do it.
I'm fully aware of Codex compliance. I just think Robert Gurleyman's a dick, so he can go shove what he thinks up his ass, and it's my army and a rule of cool rule works. So, what do see? White's not bad. I'm not ruling white out. As I've just picked up that model there and gone. But do you want to know something? That's with a very bright white helmet. That's still quite nice.
You could do red. That red would go nicely with the blue, like a nice contrast. And red is easier to paint than white.
White. I'll just do it as a heavy dry brush. I'll just leave it more like that. Than
all right. Okay.
I wouldn't go to the extent of painting it white. I may give it a.
You've gone all silent. I don't know what's happened. I cannot hear you. And your camera's not frozen, but I can't hear you.
Very, very slight light dry brush of white right down the top. Right, where's my ivory? I need to find it. Is everything back up and running now, or is it?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Ah, right, okay. Everything went all weird for a second there, and for some reason,
it did.
Even though my PC is connected via is hardwired to the wired to the modem, it was showing a Wi-Fi signal in Macon. I have no idea why. So weird. Yeah, I would need to find my ivory if I wanted to do that now, which I don't know where it is. In fact, I do know where it is. It's in a box, but I am not going to go get it because it's got essentially everything else that's been base coated and waiting for the initial that level of starting up.
Yeah.
So I can continue on. So it's a box with all that lot in at the moment, which is all the Phobos stuff and the Infernus Marines, which I'm not sold on. I am not sold on Infernus Marines. It's too short.
Models wise, they're not exciting, but the rules wise, they're pretty good.
A very short range.
Midfield objective. What I've been doing is leaving them in tactical reserve. because in most of the missions in the new game, there's always an objective near the side of the board. So you leave them in tactical reserve. They come in, they flame anything that's on a objective, and then you got another unit nearby that can back them up, and they can also charge. And Infernus Marines are exceptionally good with their shooting because you get a lot of auto hits. So that's what I've been doing. That's my tournament list anyway. 5 Infernus Marines in tactical reserve. Every time they come in and they do some real damage. Every single time.
I see, that's not bad. What did you miss? You missed Captain getting very disappointed. You missed Captain getting disappointed.
Yeah, he wanted us to argue who was the better painter, but there was no arguing.
There was no arguing. There was just they're the better painter. They're the one who gets paid for it. Duh.
Not that I would ever say that, but yeah.
It's pretty much what it boils down to, and it's my direct answer. So yeah, I can't deny. It's like asking me and sitting me next to JV and saying, "Who's the better guitarist?" Oh, dickhead! Him. He's been practicing for fucking 40 years. I've got one upstairs that I picked up 2 years ago. Who do you think is the better guitarist? But yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm a realist, and although I have an ego, I am aware of my own abilities. Ask me that in 5 years' time, and I'll go me.
Yeah, but in 5 years' time, I would have improved as well.
No, in 5 years' time, you would have gone over to Finland, and you would have forgotten all about us.
No, I'm still going to do my business. I'm still going to do all of that from there.
All right, okay. In which case, yeah, I'm still going to turn around and say me, and you're going to go prove it then, and I'll go fine. Enter Golden Demon and Alan, and we'll see who gets higher. And at that point, we should both equal enough that we can go, yeah, fair enough. And then when I walk away with a sword, you can go,
stick my finger up at you.
yeah. You fucking king. He did. He wanted us to, but yeah, no. It's Warhammer community. You don't get bloodshed over this stuff. That's why we play Warhammer.
Ironically.
Yeah. We play a game about there's enough death.
We push toy soldiers around a board and scream out when we roll a 6. We're not going to be arguing who's the better painter or anything.
You scream out when you roll a 6. I scream out when I roll 1s. A 6 is a 6. Yay, you proc few rules. Yay, it hit. Yay, you proc few 1s. You fucking won, you stupid fucking won. I needed a fucking... It's a much different way of playing.
I had a game the other day. I had to roll 9 dice and I got 7 1s.
Yeah, it's doable. I mean, Warhammer as a game defies the odds in itself. Take the last cannon. My perfect example is a last cannon. The amount of times, regardless of the amount of times you've rolled that dice, when you pick it up to roll for a las cannon, there is a 90% chance you will get a 1 to hit. Despite the fact that you have a 1 in 6 chance.
And now twin-linked las cannons don't re-roll to hit, which is so annoying because they never work anymore.
Yeah, it's just like fucking. I spent all my command point re-rolls on las cannons.
Yeah, that is my blood. Well, I was going to say mine. The Blood Ravens finished for today. I've put the basing sand on them, and I've got to wait for them to dry overnight.
Oh, nice.
But that will be finished tomorrow with a dry brush and commission done.
Well, looking at these now, I have a couple of silver bits to touch up, along with the heavy bolter that I missed. Of course, it was the heavy bolter because it's the only heavy weapon, and that's obviously the one I miss. And I believe that's pretty much me as well until I find my... It's going to be ivory and gold, I think, next.
Cool.
So I need to get my ivory out, which, as I said, I won't be doing tonight because it's tucked away somewhere in a bag in a box, and it's like, oh, for God's 6. It's going to take 15 minutes just to go get it out again. But other than that, yeah, a little bit of silver. Let all that dry. And now the tabards will be getting washes, so they won't be looking that drab, sandy colour. And as well as them. And I will be trying for washing on using the speed paints for washes.
It's very, very good.
So
speed paints, contrast, whatever. Yeah, they're very good for washes.
So with me having probably the next, if I try one, it'll be the High Lord Blue first, just so I can go. Let's see if I can get the deeper recesses in shoulder pads.
Yeah.
And things. So it'll probably be the High Lord Blue first. Either that, or it'll be the Thingy Dweller Purple. Where is it? Yeah, Hive Dweller Purple, and it'll be on the Tyranid that I try on. If I do with the try on the Tyranid, though, it will be off camera. So I will be posting Instagram pictures for that one for anyone who.
I've never even looked on your Instagram.
Well, when I changed it to be channel only, it's now just models. There is some of the laziest mini painters working there, and he's never been on the channel. He never will. But if you see the Necromunda stuff, that's him.
Okay.
And I call him the laziest mini painter. He's not. He's just meticulous. So if there's a wire, he'll trace it and he'll make sure it's the right colour so it continues on to the right.
Well, that's not lazy. That's the opposite of lazy.
Yeah, I know, but I call him lazy because it's took him 5 years to get this far so far. He's got. Don't get me wrong. When we play on the 4x4 board, we are still playing on 3 layers worth of scenery. There's 3 floors still on a 4x4 board for Necromunda. So
it's cool though. Necromunda needs lots of terrain like that.
The last few games we've been playing, we both chose the extremes. Me being the shooty favour that I do, I've chosen Van Saar. He's chose the Goliath, which are the tougher, stockier, stronger ones. Every gang's toughness and strength 3, except for the Goliath, who are strength and toughness 4.
Cool.
But the Van Saar, because their ballistic skills are better than everyone else's, only get a 4-inch move, and because the Goliath are tougher and stronger than everyone else, they only get a 4-inch move. All the other 4 gangs get a 5-inch move, which is a big thing because the floors are 5 inches high. So for Goliath Van Saar, it takes a double move to get up to a floor, whereas everyone else can do it in a single action. So it's been interesting playing out a few games because he's took a tactic of smoke bombs and run at me. So I can't see him smoke and then run at me. And then I'm taking high points and firing lanes to try and circumnavigate through some of it. A lot of it due to combi plasmas just to counteract his toughness. And there've been very few interesting games so far. That smoke bomb technique really works until you progress in a campaign. At the moment, we're only doing single games. So it ends, we don't get any upgrades, we don't get to go to any markets or anything and buy things or hire new gangers or anything like that. When we do start the campaign, that smoke grenade tactic will go down quite quickly because it only really takes 1 upgrade, which is infrared sight. And you can see through the smoke now and shoot through it and attack through it. However, interesting things have happened, such as he's outshot me. As a melee army, he's beat me in a shooting fight. And as a shooting army, I've run up and beat him in melee. So it's been interesting playing this game.
I played a game against orcs a few weeks ago, and there was almost no combat whatsoever. My Black Templars versus orcs.
What? No. How have you managed that one? Somebody's played the game wrong.
Well, he had a lot of shooting.
Right. So you went daka.
And I had quite a bit of shooting as well. Like I took a lot of like frag grenade launchers and like Gatling cannons and stuff like that, like for thinning down hordes. And it just never, the game just never really took a turn to a point where it made sense for me to charge him.
You might as well just stand there and gun him down while he runs at you.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it happened. Even though I was Black Templars and half my points were wasted, I mean, he won anyway, but there really wasn't a good chance for me to charge him. And I didn't want to get into combat with him while he still had Wag to pull off, because that's that's my unit dead.
He's using that as a counter threat. He's not going to pull that off until you force him to.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm keeping that in my back pocket as a fuck it. I'm going. Yeah. You want to try it? Go ahead and try it. Pummel War, 2 turns, boom.
But he didn't really have any Orc Boy units. I think he had like 1, but the rest of his armies were like the heavy elite Orc units.
So the knobs, the mega knobs.
There was none of them. It was mostly squigs and like the bigger squig things.
The squig riders.
Yeah. No, it was mostly that kind of thing, a kill rig.
So he'd bought into the new shit. He bought all the new overpowered stuff that they brought out, all the beast snagger stuff.
Yeah, beast snagger. He had a HQ beast rider guy who was considerably tough.
Oh yeah, no, he's a beast. He is a beast. Was it the white one or the red one?
I don't know. He didn't paint it either. So I couldn't answer.
Right, so it was a red one then. The white one's a special character version.
It was a special character.
Oh, right. So he just painted it a different colour.
He painted it like a grey colour?
Yeah. It's basically supposed to be like a Moby Dick type of thing.
I suppose.
A slight Moby Dick reference. And yeah, he's a fucker in combat.
I killed him eventually in the end, but he killed me Emperor's Champion before that.
If he's lucky enough, he can take down knights.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh shit.
I lost that game, but it was one of those games where it was like both of us were kind of like holding back a little bit.
Yeah, neither one of you wanted to commit, knowing that the other one could counter.
Yeah, exactly, because my Helbeck and Emperor's Champion, super powerful in combat. Most of his army, super powerful in combat. You know, it was a 1,000-point game, so all I had was me Emperor Champion, Helbeck, and their squad. So it was like my entire army was exceptionally good in combat. So it was difficult for him to decide what to do. In the end, I charged him, but I charged him with 2 different units. But I fought with one unit. I fought with the wrong unit first, and then he used the stratagem to interrupt and wiped out my squad with Helbeck before Helbeck got a chance to fight. So,
could you not have used the stratagem to fight to the last?
I did, but it still doesn't help much when I lose my strongest unit.
Yeah, but at least you still get to fight with him.
I still got to fight back, but it didn't do enough to wipe out the unit. But if I'd chosen Helbeck and his unit first, it would have been a completely different story.
Well, it shouldn't have. All the things should still have applied.
No, because I wouldn't have lost any of the unit, and I would have killed most of his boys, and he wouldn't have had anywhere near as many attacks to get up.
Well, if it was a single combat, then it was a single combat.
But it mattered. It mattered who got the attacks first. If he got it off first, then my unit's dead. If I got it off first, then his unit's dead. Right. That's how it would have worked.
Joined to that unit.
Yes, in a Crusader squad.
In which case, when that unit attacks, your opponent didn't have a chance to interrupt because the unit hadn't finished. No.
I had 2 units on the board. Oh, so right. The Emperor's Champion in his squad fought first, and then he interrupted before Helbeck got, and that was my mistake.
Yeah, that was just In which case, that was you being a dick. Sorry.
Yeah, it was.
That's your own fault. That's your own fault.
Yeah.
Right, so move
It's
on,
because
Brandon.
the Emperor's Champion was in combat with his guy on the Squig Rider thing that we were talking about a minute ago, and Helbeth was in squad with the boys and 3 Squig Riders that weren't characters. So I had to pick which one I wanted to start with, and I wanted to kill his character before his character could kill my Emperor's Champion.
Weren't going to happen.
It did.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, big fucker.
Before. Yeah, the Emperor's Champion.
Champion's designed for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You keep forgetting about him because he's the one that's special. If you're fighting this, then you can do this. If you're fighting this, then you can do this. And
the Emperor's Champion is awesome in combat.
Yeah, he is a bit of a. He's not as good as other bigger units, but then again, he doesn't cost as much as other bigger units. So
he's 90 points, I believe.
See, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all for the tank that he is in close combat.
Yeah, but he's not a tank. He's easy to kill, but
well, I mean, glass cannon then in close combat, if you want to call him that. But either way, he puts out a punch, and he can certainly punch above his weight. I still wouldn't put him against Mortarion though.
Well, actually, I did, and he killed Mortarion in the tournament. Right, I was playing against a Death Guard character. He had Mortarion and a Demon Prince. Demon Prince charged me. Hellbeck bitch slapped him into oblivion, and Mortarion attacked my Emperor's Champion in squad, and the Emperor's Champion bitch slapped him into oblivion.
He must have got some really bad rolls.
He didn't get any chance to roll at all because I got to fight Mortarion before Mortarion fought me.
Yes, I know, but he's still got to make invulnerable saves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He made poor rolls, but yeah, it was that was funny. Not for him, but
that's like when my Gretchen stuck out my friend's Terminators. That was like that's an impossibility, but fuck it, that was funny. No way did that happen. Yeah, it did. It did.
It reminded me once when I collected Tau like decades ago. I had like a unit of 10 Fire Warriors against. No, sorry, he had the Tau Fire Warriors, and I had a unit of Terminators, and I lost the combat. I had something like, this is back when Terminators only had 1 wound. I had 5 models, and I had like 8 saves to make, and I lost 7 of them.
Oh, I mean,
all 2 plus saves.
Losing to Gretchen is one thing, but losing to Tau is another.
Yeah, basic Tau Fire Warriors.
Although I've seen this similar thing happen, going back to the earlier editions, when my friend who got Tau first started collecting them. At the time, the Imperial Guard player was ruling the roost with high plate technique. Essentially, he was just plate, because he couldn't deal with my knobs at the time, who were 5+ invulnerable saves, all with a power claw stuck in a truck, steam forward, 10 of them. Not much you can really do.
No, not really.
2 wounds each, and just like, they're coming to smash you in the face, and you're Imperial Guard. How do you deal with that? Well, you bombard it to death with Leviathan Rust blast markers. So then the Tau player started collecting, and he came up and he made the silly mistake of charging this Tau player with one of his Leviathan Russes, thinking he's just got to run over them. And they EMP'd his tank to fucking hell. He's like, whoa, what happened there? He went, EMP grenades, mate. I just blew your tank up. Like, you can't do that. It's like, yeah, I can. And Necrons at the time, one of us was playing Necrons. Scarabs, nasty little buggers, because they lowered the armor point facing on every successful hit. They didn't even have to wound. And at that point, the highest army had was 14. So if you sent 15 Scarab swarms at it, they just dismantle a land raider in a single close combat. Completely gone. It was just ridiculously overpowered, and doing it to Baneblades and Lehman Russell. You're like, well, what the hell can I do? Fire last guns at him, mate. I can't. The fucking swarms to get cover. You have a good night, EB. Have a buckle down. Get your editing done.
See ya. Looking forward to Doctor Who, actually. It's been a while.
I need to catch up on a lot of EB stuff. Right, that's a nice test, actually, for the cloak on the back of him. I'm quite happy with that. It's going to need a second coat in certain areas, but I'm okay with that colour on that. I think Rakhar Flesh may replace Ivory for certain things, but I don't think he's going to be a full-time replacement. And seeing as Sinscape has finished all her models this evening, I finished what I had planned for this evening.
Well, I haven't. I've got on with the next lot of models.
Well, yeah, you're going to be continuously doing it. I, however, have to go get sleep. And I've got stuff to do tomorrow, such as go get my son's haircut, and then stuff to go post, and then more uniformy stuff to buy for, and then double check everyone's trying on, and then I've got stuff to do tomorrow. Essentially, in other words, that's all that is. Thank you for everybody who joined me this evening. Sam, thank you very much for joining me. Been a pleasure to have you here, mate. You lucky son of a gun. I can't believe you've run 2 and you've run pretty much so many times. You got to tell me your secret, mate. You really gonna have to.
You need to give me the lottery numbers for next week.
Yeah, and me. Beaky, Kirsty, Angie, Captain, everybody who's come in this evening, thank you very much. Obviously, my guests this evening, I still say guests because they are my guests, despite the fact that I know we give some slight stick to each other and me quite a lot, but they're still my guests. Thank you very much for joining me, Sinscape. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for coming up here.
No problem.
And Dorito, if you watch this back for the ending, thank you as well, mate. But now I'm going to have to go say bye-bye because, I'm a smoker. I started this near enough 2 hours, 30 odd minutes ago. It doesn't work like that. Life, it's not good. So I'm going to go for a cigarette. Call this done for tonight. Hopefully, I will be back on Monday. That is my plan. Schools are starting again. And hopefully that means I can start getting things back on track and things start going the way they should be. Any new people here, if you do leave a like and subscribe, thank you very much. But unlike YouTubers, you don't have to. You really don't have to. It's entirely your choice, although I do appreciate anything that you do. But for that, I'm going to stop waffling and fuck off. So I'll see you all later. Have a good night.
Bye.